everybody. Here we are.
Yep.
Look, it's us, and Pookie is on the show too.
Yeah.
Just
got my kitty with me.
Got your kitty. She's just
She
like
used to,
sitting
she
there.
used to not like to be on the
like,
show,
hey, okay.
but now she likes to be on the show.
I also want.
She's like, you guys are gonna be talking at these lights for hours.
Yeah, she always comes in.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you're talking to the lights again.
Yeah, she doesn't really understand what's happening. But it's Friday, and
Finally,
it's Open Lines Friday, also known as Sidetracks. And anything you guys want to talk about, any cases we did in the past, do you have any questions, we can address those, expound more on what cases and shit that we did in the past.
we're gonna expound.
And we're gonna be drinking. We're gonna be drinking because the weekend is now upon us. And tomorrow we're gonna go to the club.
Hell yeah!
Tonight we're just gonna sit here and hang out with y'all and have a few drinks.
And yeah, it's like, even if you didn't see the thumbnail, like I did an AI thing of like a goth chick sipping a pumpkin spice latte in fall forest, because I was like, I don't give a fuck if it's still August, it's fall, motherfucker.
It's coming.
Even though it's Florida and it's still gonna be hot for like 2 or 3 more months.
It's gonna start cooling off though in a few weeks. It starts to we'll go through the crest, right? We're over the hill.
Yeah, pretty much. Although
the hottest part of summer, I think, is over.
It's hottest part's over, but
yeah.
September and October are usually the worst months for hurricanes.
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't have any bad ones.
I got to pull that generator out and run it.
That would suck.
Yeah.
But because we kind of got one last year.
We got to pull that generator out and run it.
But yeah, I was so jacked last time. Like a few days ago, I went to Dollar General and they had aisle of Halloween stuff. And I was just like,
yeah,
yay! And I was like seeing Halloween shit everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited. I know it's like a couple months away still, but
they got some new. They got some new Little Debbie's.
Yeah,
pumpkin cookies with fucking little smiler.
Pumpkin delights.
Yeah, they were good. Pumpkin cookies.
They are indeed delightful.
And now they have the Nutter Butters instead of the bars. They have Nutter Butter cakes.
Are they Nutty Buddy?
Nutty Buddy, I think is what it's
called. Well, because there is a Nutter Butter, but I think that's the Nabisco
Nutty Buddy
cookie.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Nutty Buddy.
That looks like a peanut.
Yeah. Yeah, it's normally like a big Kit Kat, but it's peanut butter.
Yeah, it's like wafers with.
Yeah, it's a giant Kit Kat. But this is a Nutty Buddy cake, and it's basically a peanut butter chocolate covered Twinkie. They're good, man. They're brand new.
Yeah, they taste just like Nutty Buddies, but
it's like a
cake,
like a chocolate covered Twinkie
with chocolate on the outside.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a Reese's peanut butter cup, but it's a Twinkie.
But cake.
Yeah, cake.
Yeah, they're actually quite delicious.
Yeah, so it says right on them, new.
Yeah, because Tom had to go to Dollar General last night and get some antihistamines.
Yeah.
And I was like, get some snacks.
Yeah.
we haven't bought any Little Debbie's or Small Debbie's for a very, very long time.
Yeah, we've been on a diet.
Kind of, but I was just kind of like, man, I'm kind of sick of not having any sweets around.
Been on a diet, losing weight, losing fat. Yeah.
And we did not have internet today from 9:30 a.m. until 4 p.m.
Yeah.
It was off all day.
Papa was in there saying that we lost power, but we didn't lose power. We lost
just internet. And the thing about it was that our neighborhood goes off, for a little while, every now and then. It's optical tell.
Especially if there's construction.
Yeah. So it's not that unusual. It's usually on, but we're not that shocked when it goes off for an hour or two. But, today we looked it up, and apparently they had a huge outage, all over Central Florida.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened there. I was just glad because I had to text the guy in California that I work for, and I was like, "Hey, I don't have any internet, so I can't really do much of anything."
Yeah.
But luckily we got it back at 4, and I was able to finish all the shit before the weekend. So.
Yep.
That was kind of a pain in the ass, but wow, it's just I was just like, holy shit, I can't do a single fucking thing.
Yeah, I crushed my tablet, busted the screen on it, another $150.
He had to go get
it was kind of my fault, man. I tried to put it.
It was your fault.
I tried to put it underneath the fucking seat of my motorcycle, on top of the battery. I said it should fit. It's only that thin, and it looked like it would fit, but like I said, it didn't. It fucking
should and does are two completely different things.
It was already cracked. It crunched it even worse. Couldn't even see the fucking screen. So there was 150 right there.
But they fixed it. They fixed it in one day. He took it yesterday, and they just had to order the screen.
My screensaver is fucking a hot one of fucking Jan. Fucking, you know, some material that we shot. You can't. It's not super explicit, but you can tell something's going on. And that's my fucking load screen and shit. My security screen. And it's cute. I've had it there for probably a year already. And fucking, when they gave me the tablet, man, it says, you know, fucking, you got to wait 7 hours. It was counting down because there were too many failed attempts, password attempts to get through it. And I says, man, them fucking saw that. They were trying to look at them pictures. They were trying to get in there and see. Yeah.
Trying to get in there and see. It's like, ooh, I bet he's got all kind of fun.
You got to guess his fucking code. You know?
He's probably got all kind of fun shit on this fucking shit.
Yeah.
Which you do, actually.
I do. I got all kinds of porn on there, but. Yeah. And some of it's like outtakes and clips from videos and shit that we made before we put them up. Yeah.
Yeah, I had forgotten that.
The outtakes are fucking actually some of the best shit. It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I do forget that, like, you do have that as that little video as your load screen.
Yeah, nobody knows what's going on, though.
Yeah, it's not, like I said, it's not super
It's
explicit.
not real explicit.
But then, like, as your picture, I don't know if it's that tablet or because you have two.
Yeah.
But the other tablet does have, like, a topless
Yeah.
one of me.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, nobody really notices that.
Really?
Yeah. They don't notice that. 'Cause it's kind of a tasteful looking photo, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, it's not, like I said, it's not porny
Yeah.
looking. It's just, it's
Right,
artistic, if you
Yeah.
I guess. You want to say that. But it's just like, so every time he has to go get it fixed, I'm always just kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't really want to go with you, though.
Well, I know. I normally would have fucking, like, shut that down, but I couldn't talk to the tablet. Because the screen was broken.
Because it was squished.
It was squished, and I couldn't even fucking talk to it. So, well, they're going to fix it, and they're going to see. I don't give a shit.
I mean, we took your other tablet there before.
Yeah.
It's the closest place to us.
Yeah.
And they seem pretty cool. I mean, the guy that worked there.
Yeah, they're young guys.
Cool.
They're young guys. They're
just a bunch of young guys.
Yeah, yeah, man, yeah. You know, I don't.
It's a little bitty place, and they just like fix cell phones and shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not that far from us, and it got like really good reviews and shit. And like I said, they're always really quick. Like they fix everything. Like, right away. And they always do a good job. Like I said, it's kind of pricey, but what are you gonna do? You know. So everybody's saying hi. American Military says the Devil's Den killer just got caught.
Devil's Den killer. Which one was that?
James McGann, a teacher who confessed to hiking trail murders in Wisconsin and Vermont. Holy crap! Yeah.
Didn't know about it.
Man, I was like, there's so many.
Didn't know about
Maybe
him.
I should write that down.
What was the details with that when he was a teacher, a school teacher?
I guess I don't know.
Who was he killing? His own students, or
Devil's
couldn't
Den.
that had been just?
No, he
people
was
on trails.
maybe that was just like his job, and then like as a sideline on weekends, hey, I'm gonna go out and do some
Go ahead and
serial
kill some
killing,
people on the trail.
blow off some steam.
Wonder who he was killing? Women, probably.
I mean, most of them do. Although we did watch that. Was it on Hulu or HBO Max?
I don't know. The Dean
It was it was called The Serial Killer's Apprentice, and it was about Wayne Henley, the accomplice and killer of Dean Corll, like back in the 70s. And that was actually pretty good. It wasn't a series, it was like just a standalone documentary.
Yeah.
But yeah, we watched that.
I hate that fucker.
I forgot. Like we did a show about that guy, and I was
Yeah.
just like, I forgot how fucked up
Yeah.
that case was and how many people he killed.
Yeah, close to 30.
Yeah, it was like 28 that they know of, and it's probably more than that.
Yeah, all boys.
Just bodies everywhere.
Teenage boys.
Yeah. Like there's...
And the thing is that particular show didn't actually get into the details of what he was doing to him, how brutal that fucker was.
Yeah, because it was mostly about
Yeah.
Wayne, the guy
Some
that
of them
killed him.
he'd keep 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And he's torturing him the whole time. The one that really fucking bothered me is that he had 2 brothers, and teenage brothers. They were like 15, 16. And he had them tied to a board. He had this board he'd used to torture them. They were kind of tied to it. They couldn't get through it. He'd do fucking shit like stick glass rods down their urethra and fucking crush it with a fucking pair of pliers and blood going everywhere. He'd actually remove genitals and shit, you know, fucking cut your fucking dick off your balls and shit. And he'd keep you alive. But anyway, he was doing stuff like that to the 2 brothers. And he made a deal with them. He says, if you guys fight each other, whoever kills the other one, I'll let him go. So for like a couple of days, they were brothers. They were trying to fucking kill one another. And they couldn't get directly at each other because the board was big, you know what I mean? They had to reach around. They were trying to kill each other for a couple days. I think it was a couple days from what I remember. And then he would like making comments about it. For, what was his name? Who was the apprentice? What was his name?
Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne said that shit went on for a long time. He says it was horrible. It was like having two cats tied by the tail and throwing them over. It was like that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And it was all lies. He was going to kill both of them anyway.
Well, of course he was.
Yeah.
He was a horrible, horrible human.
But evidently that's fucking horrible to see, like one brother trying to kill another brother to escape torture.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Bees Nest gave us a big super chat.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much for the little dancing pair on there.
Thank you very much.
You are
Bees Nest?
amazing. Yeah.
Well, thank you
I
very
think
much.
so. All I can see is the first
Yeah,
couple
he's a big
letters.
spender tonight.
Yeah. Maybe he's really drunk or something.
Yeah,
no,
he drunk.
not anymore because he quit.
That's right.
That's right. He quit.
That's right. He quit.
So he's sober.
Or so he says.
We believe you.
Yeah, you can make a lot of money playing that VA system. Just keep going back, and then they pay you when you go. You know, there's all different kinds of games dudes do, but I don't know. But anyway, the fucking what? Just based on the shit out of all them serial killers, the one that I hate the most is Dean Coral. Oh, yeah, that motherfucker. Just lower than low. Just a piece of shit.
And he totally groomed Wayne Henley and probably that other kid.
Yeah.
David Brooks, I think was the other kid's name. To go procure kids for him.
Yeah, and to kill their own friends.
Yeah.
He made one of them kill his other friend. He had no choice.
Yeah.
He would have killed him. But and then,
I mean, Wayne ended up in prison for life too.
Anyway,
He's still in there, but
he did save some of them at the end. He killed Dean.
Yeah.
To save him.
Which, you know.
It was kind of too late. He should have done that a long time ago. I was thinking, all his problems would have been solved had he just killed Dean.
Yeah, I mean, he hung out with him all the time,
Yeah.
and it's like as soon as that shit happened, he should have just plugged
Just
him
killed
into sleep
Dean,
or
and then
something.
he could have walked away like it never happened, wouldn't have said a thing, because
Yeah.
they'd have found all those bodies at Dean's house.
And somebody said, well, somebody
Like,
did the well to salad.
Somebody could, yeah,
We're
somebody
just
did
not going to
salad.
investigate that.
Right.
Ooh, we got another super chat
All right.
from Papa77.
What's up,
Have you
Papa?
guys
What do you
seen the new documentary about Ed Gein on MGM Plus? We have not. You get free access to it through Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It has lost tape audio of Ed himself speaking. Yeah, I don't think we've seen that. Like I said, what? We did. You know what? I thought I watched one about Ed Gein not too long ago. So maybe that's the one that you're talking about.
Ed Gein, Ed himself never really kind of interested me that much. The only thing that was interesting about him is what squalor he lived in. And, making belts out of fucking nipples and shit. But they were, people he had dug up.
I mean, having a nipple belt, that's kind of a red flag, I feel like.
Yeah. He didn't kill those people, though. He
No.
dug them up out of the cemetery.
Yeah.
He had killed a couple. I think he killed two.
He
maybe
did kill a couple
two
people,
or three.
yeah.
That was the very last ones. He wasn't a very effective killer in terms of
He was
getting...
kind of a dumbass.
He was. I think they said he mentally incompetent. When basically he was slow.
Yeah. He was.
He would never got. He would have never gotten
mentally
away with it.
challenged.
He could have never been he was not technically a serial killer. He couldn't have got away with it. Serial killer has to be able to get away with it long enough to score 3. He would have never scored 3 for long. He was too dumb.
Yeah, like I said, he was actually clinically dumb.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He left a bunch of fucking evidence behind where he shot that woman and took her dead body that pointed right at him, you know what I mean? He was a suspicious character to begin with.
Here's the thing, when we were watching the thing last night about Wayne Henley and Dean Coral, this happened in the late 60s, early 70s, and all these boys were disappearing from this pretty small neighborhood. And I was it seemed like they didn't go too much into, like I said, it was kind of mostly focused on Wayne Henley, so, interviews with him and stuff. But they did kind of give some background on the case, and they did show some pretty grisly photos of, when they found all the bodies and stuff. And I was just was anybody alarmed at all? It really didn't seem like it.
Well, I think it was the 1970s. And the world was different then. No internet. I don't think there was a big awareness of the danger of hitchhiking and that kind of shit. And me and Jen grew up in an era similar to that, in the 70s and 80s too. You were kind of like feral children.
Yeah.
As a little kid, 6, 7, I could be out until fucking dark.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
just
know where
ran
I
around
was.
all day.
Myself. Yeah. I'd be running around all the time.
Your parents didn't know where the fuck you were.
No. And if I was in LA, we were down in the fucking storm drains, down to the damn Los Angeles River, I think is what they called it, where all the giant ants from them were. We go to the flood control system, and they had some wildlife preserves down there. We'd go to there, and if I was in Mississippi visiting my father for the summer, man, we were out fucking burning the woods down, riding fucking 3-wheelers and shooting guns and stuff, and which is probably really alien, I think, to probably say somebody in Europe, or the UK. I got my first 22. I think I was about 8 or 9. I had a 22 rifle, and it was like this shit is going on in fucking England now. They got this fucking 12-year-old girl with a fucking knife and a fucking hatchet, and they said, "The girls got weapons," and they're freaking out. That's not a weapon. Those are just farm tools, When I was that age, I was carrying a rifle. Now my friends that had like fucking 20 gauge break shotguns, fucking 12 gauge semi-auto fucking shotguns. We just get our dad's shit, go out in the fucking woods and walk around and shoot stuff, have fun, burn up your dad's ammo. We like 22s because it was just so cheap to shoot that. And so it's not a built up area, but America's just a totally different planet. We had guns, and we didn't consider those weapons. It was just, it's just a family shotgun. It's just a 22. We didn't consider something a weapon until it was, an assault rifle or something. Submachine gun. That's a weapon. But, I don't know. We were, by today's status, feral children. We were we lived kind of like adults in a way. We'd be gone until, my only rule was you'd be back here when them street lights turn on, because street lights turn on right when it starts getting dark, and you'd be back, and all your friends, you run around in a big pack usually, and there was no concept of any kind of danger. I don't think it was very dangerous, really.
I mean, it was, but I don't really, because if you look at the crime statistics, it was a lot worse back then.
Yeah,
but you didn't really hear about it, I guess.
It's because all kids were doing that.
Yeah.
And only very few of them, anything bad happened to them.
But I mean,
you mostly got away with it.
Because, the thing about Dean Corll was that he killed at least 28 boys, and in pretty much the same area. Like, he would just cruise around and, pick them up or get his buddies to... Yeah, I see it. We got another super chat
from Bee's Nest.
Bee's Nest, flash bulbs. Thank you very much.
Another big one. Thank you,
man. He's a big spender tonight.
Big spender.
Everyone's having
another $20.
He's doing a competition. Everybody's trying to do one up each other, I guess.
So Dean Corll was operating in an environment like that, but it was out in Texas, but around the same time period. So parents didn't really know or really care where the kids were, as long as they came back before it got dark. It was just the culture of the time. So these boys that were 14, 15, 16, some of them were young, but a lot of them were a little older, 17, 18.
I mean, they were preteens, teenagers. Yeah. Because some of them were slightly older and were hitchhiking and stuff.
Yeah. Most of them were 16 or older, 16 to 18, I think. And when they wouldn't come back, the thinking of the time was, well, they just ran away. Got a girlfriend, ran off. He'll be back. It's that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Because, there were some kids of that age, 16, 17, 15, that would be gone for several days and then come back. Where were you? Oh, I was hanging out at my friend's house. Well, you better do that. You know what I mean? Now that was mostly delinquent type kids would do that. I wouldn't do that. I'd get in fucking trouble.
Well, yeah.
But see,
my parents would have flipped out if I didn't come back.
Girls did that though. Remember my babysitter Cami?
Yeah.
Cami, that was my first girlfriend. I called her. I was in love with Cami. Cami was probably about 14, 15. Cami would fight with her mom. Her mom was a bad alkie. My mom would kind of take care of Cami sometimes. And she would she would get in an argument with her mom and be gone for like 2 days.
Yeah, I think that happened a lot.
Yeah, then she come back. But she would just stand over at her girlfriend's house.
I had some friends that they did that.
Yeah. But then she would just stay over at her friend's house.
Yeah, that's what most people would just go to their girlfriend's house and sleep on their floor or something. Yeah.
They go, they'd have all these fucking slumber parties and sleepovers and fucking, they'd come and ask my mom if they could bring me. Yeah, I'd be like fucking.
Because Tom was the Pookie.
I was like the Pookie. It'd be like I was between 6, 7, 8 to 10 around that. You know what I mean? They'd take me to the fucking slumber party and all the girls and shit. There'd be other little boys there sometimes too. So, that they were like relatives of theirs because they were babysitting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were teenage girls, so they're gonna go to the slumber party, but they probably had to babysit, so they'd take somebody's kid or a relative with them, and we'd have fun, man. It was good. It's cool,
Older girls sitting around.
Older girls,
smoking weed,
listening to Led Zeppelin. I'd be in a sleeping bag with them and shit like that, like that, and they're fucking cuddling. I grew up with lots of female attention. I think it really did change me. I think it was good, because I didn't.
You had a lot of positive interaction.
Yeah, I never really had the otherization of females. I didn't have any sisters. I was an only child, so I only knew of girls as they man, they could take you to the movies and they could take you to the slumber party. That was my first introduction to it.
We can all hang out.
Yeah, gonna hang out. Yeah, they could listen to Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, it's so weird to me because it's I grew up. Well, I was only an only child for the first 4 years of my life, which I don't really remember that much. And then I started having siblings. I ended up I have a sister and I have 2 brothers. So to me, it's very strange. I knew some people. I had some friends that were only children, but it's a totally different dynamic.
Yeah,
it's completely different.
Yeah, it's not the same with your brothers and sisters and your cousins or anything like that.
Yeah, and I had a fuck ton of cousins too, and we were always at each other's houses.
Well, I can remember, being in a sleeping bag with Cami and fucking on the floor with all her friends and shit, and the music going, and hearing all those girls talk about boys that they were going to school with. How hot these guys were and shit.
So you got kind of like
I had the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah. And I'd be looking, oh man, that girl's so cute. I'm like, oh man, she's got some big boobs too. I was just, I was a little man from the very beginning.
He's a little man.
As far as I can remember back, I was checking out the tits and ass and everything. I was just like, God, she's hot. I think it's just hardwired.
Pictures of you as a kid crack me up because you look kind of like Damian.
Yeah. They used to say that when I was a little kid.
Well, you did. You did look like Damian.
Yeah.
Not as creepy, but...
that was a big movie.
Kimmy
would go, look, it's Damian. I got Damian with you. And do the eyes. And like that. Yeah. Yeah, doing the eyes like that.
Yeah. Look evil.
He's the devil. Yeah.
He did look kind of...
He
did look like Damian when he was a kid.
That's when I was 6 or 7, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's about how old he was, right? Well, how old was that kid in The Omen?
Might have been a little bit younger.
He might have been about 5. He looked about 5.
I was about 6 or 7.
Yeah. Gramthers is here and says people would hang out in Steve's basement smush room for days on end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we grew up together. Me and Gramthers went to high school together up in Michigan. He knows about Steve's basement. And all the girls that went in and out of there and fucking damn orgies that happened.
Revolving door.
Yeah, fucking weed being smoked. LSD being dropped. Pink Floyd albums being played. And Iron Maiden.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Be listening to the fucking Live Dead album and shit. What was the name? I think it was called The Live Dead, right?
I don't remember.
Dead Alive or something. I don't remember. It was the Live Iron Maiden album. He'd put that on all the time. It's a double album.
American Military says people complain about Black Friday crowds, but nothing compares to a Walmart in Florida before a hurricane. Although here's the funny thing. A lot of people do run to the Walmart and get ice and water and shit like that. But you know what they sell most of? Beer. Everybody's got to go get beer. Before the hurricane. Beer and I always like to go get fucking candy and shit like that. Gotta have booze for the hurricane. You don't know how long the fucking power is gonna be out. I think didn't our power go out last year for a day or two? Because didn't we get kind of glancingly hit by one
I don't remember.
last year? Was it last year or the year
Maybe.
before? I can't remember.
Yeah. It was only a day.
Yeah, I think it was
wasn't that
like a
long.
day it was out, which sucked bad enough.
Yeah, so Dean was operating in a time like that, and I think that they thought those kids were running away. And like, oh, these kids these days, smoking weed and hitchhiking and running off, they'll be back. Some of them I think some of them they thought something bad had happened to them, but I guess they didn't know. Because remember, they were looking for them and handing out flyers.
Yeah.
But the other ones, I don't think they even looked for them.
I mean, they did have, on the documentary, they did have, like, some family and friends of some of the
Yeah.
victims talking about it. But, yeah, it did seem kind of strange, like it wasn't... I don't know, I'd have to go back and, like, look over the case again, but it doesn't seem like there was as much of an outcry as there probably should have been, considering how many people went missing.
Well, I think law enforcement was thinking, oh, these are runaways. Maybe one or
Yeah.
two of these is something fishy. But the rest of these, they just ran away.
And I've written about a lot of cases from that era, 60s, 70s. And if it was a teenager, yeah, that was usually what they would
Run
think.
away.
So
Yeah.
they didn't really try that hard.
Yeah.
And, then like 20 years later, they find their skeleton out in the desert somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think their first reaction was, oh, they ran off. He'll be back. He'll be back soon.
Yeah.
And then people retire from law enforcement. People move away. Parents die, or they forget about it, or they don't forget about it, but they're like, well, maybe he did run away. That kind of.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, you got to look at victimology. The dudes that Dean Coral was fucking snatching were ones that were kind of like apt to go and get high and sniff glue and shit like that. So
Yeah.
those
Yeah, I
are the-
mean, that
was
party
the-
at their house, they were like huffing paint. or
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah. So they
Ooh,
were.
we got another one. Got another super chat. Bees Nest gave us another
man,
super chat.
he's fucking
Keeping on. Dang.
damn.
He's
Keep on keeping
he's
on, man.
funding the whole show tonight.
fun in the whole show. So I think what was happening is that what was I getting at? They thought that it was running away. Well,
Yeah.
and Dean Coral was targeting kids that would have been likely to run away.
Yeah, vulnerable.
Yeah.
He knew how to, and they kind of go into that some on the documentary, where that was probably why, and I think we mentioned this when we did the show about him, when he initially brought Wayne Henley to his house, they're pretty sure that he was intending to kill him.
Yeah.
But there was something about him, I guess. He thought, well, I can use this kid or something like that. So he ended up not killing him. And then he ended up just kind of essentially like grooming him. Because what had happened with Wayne Henley was that I think his dad had died or taken off or something like that.
He got divorced.
And yeah, and so like he didn't really have a father figure. And they said he was like normal, like up until he had friends and shit like that. But after his dad took off, he kind of wasn't the same. He went like kind of adrift, and and that was something that Dean Coral like knew to exploit, and I feel like that's kind of how, and that was kind of one thing that he did too, like using these other teenage boys, Wayne Henley and David Brooks, to get these other boys, because it didn't seem weird.
Yeah.
Like you're being approached by two other kids your age,
Yeah.
being like, "Hey, let's go party. We got, we've got weed
Yeah.
and all this other stuff," and everybody's like, "Okay, like,
Yeah.
that's just a normal thing
and
that
Dean
kids
was
would do."
older, but he wasn't that old. He was just had turned 30.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So he was older than them. He had come out of the army. He
yeah,
had a successful little stint in the army. I don't remember what he did, but he had enough to impress these younger guys, cars and shit.
yeah,
And he knew how to pick them as far as the ones to kill and then the ones to keep and groom. And they didn't really say what was happening if he was having sex with them. I assumed that he was having sex with them.
I'd have to look back. I don't really remember. Like they didn't mention it on the documentary, but I thought he was. But
he would trick them. He'd get them to do stuff like, hey, bring me this kid and I'll fucking pay you. You know what I mean? And fucking, he says, I sold him, to, and they were like, yeah, he's going to be a houseboy over in L.A.
Yeah.
for a rich guy.
for the syndicate.
Yeah. And they were, oh, okay. And then later on, after they'd done it a few times, he was like, oh, by the way, those dudes that you bring me, I didn't send them. I killed them.
Yeah,
And you're involved in murder. So you got to do what I say, or fucking if I go down, you're going down with me.
Yeah.
So that's how you get him.
Yeah, he got him in like.
Yeah.
Because at first he didn't tell him he was killing the kid.
Right.
He said he was extending them away.
Then he was getting them in on killing them. And
yeah, making them do it.
Yeah, and he made Wayne. Is Wayne was his name? Is that what?
Yeah.
He made Wayne kill his best friend.
It wasn't his best friend, but
Well,
it was a guy he knew. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that was kind of like his best friend at the time.
Yeah.
They were hanging out. And it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. Fucking, he made him kill him. He says, "Well, if you don't kill him, then I'm gonna kill both of you." That type of deal.
So he kind of got forced into it at first, but
he was forced into it.
As time went on, I think that the reason that he ended up getting it was more than a life sentence. It was like 600 years or something like that, and he's still in prison, is because after a time, he could have left, or he could have stopped, or he could have killed Dean earlier.
Well, he should have killed Dean right away.
Yeah, I mean, because eventually he did kill him, and good for him. But it's he probably should have done it much earlier.
The thing was that he was a kid.
Yeah, he was just a teenager.
And Dean had guilt tripped him so bad about those boys that you brought me. I killed them, so you're involved in murder. So he's got him scared.
Yeah,
and then he starts asking more and more, and running him on remote control. Yeah, because he had leverage on him.
I felt bad for him, kind of.
Yeah, he wasn't old enough to really. He's a kid.
Yeah.
He's 16, 17. He doesn't have the...
I think he was 15 when Dean first met Dean, I think. Maybe slightly younger.
He did not have the mental fortitude or the character to really stand up to a dude like fucking Dean Coral.
Who was a straight up predator.
Yeah, and he was an experienced fucking predator.
And he was very manipulative.
Right. So a kid of his age, didn't matter who it was, did not have what it would take to resist him. So, because once he got that guilt trip wrapped on him, if I go down, you're going down with me. You killed those other kids. You helped me kill those other kids, so you're guilty. He was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then he got him then. And so he was just trying to survive it.
Yeah.
Him bringing and then he wasn't paying him. Because at first he says, he paid him a couple times to bring him a kid. He didn't know that he killed him, though.
Not at first.
Yeah, later he told him. And then he just says, you bring him to me, and he never paid him.
Like $200 per head.
But as soon as he had his coil around him, he stopped paying him.
Yeah.
He says, you're going to do it, or I'll fucking kill you, or I'll kill this one, or, So he had him, he was a thrall. Basically, he was using the powers of the dark side.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Emperor and Vader. He couldn't go nowhere. He had him mind fucked.
Like I said, I kind of felt bad for him, but...
Yeah. No...
He still did the shit, though. He killed 6 people, he said.
Yeah.
6 of them.
Yeah. I'm sure he did. But he, like I said, he didn't really have free will. He was under... He was it's like cult mind control. He killed 6 of them, huh?
That's what he said, yeah.
Yeah. I remember he strangled most of them, I think, right?
Yeah.
While Dean was there.
Well, the first one...
Because Dean would make him do it.
Yeah, the first one he made him do it. He's basically like, you have to do this or I'm going to kill you too. And so he made him strangle him, and he's like, and he couldn't do it by himself, so they both had to help him because he'd never done it before. And it was harder than he was anticipating.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about that on the show, like, he was on the phone. And so, I don't know. I kind of feel like I did sort of feel bad for him because he was just a kid, but... He probably should have done something earlier,
Yeah, but like I said, he was a kid. He did not have the mental fortitude to make a decision. He was under the control of that dude.
I mean, he for sure got groomed, but I'm not saying he shouldn't be held responsible.
Yeah, I'm not saying he shouldn't be in prison. No, he should be in an institution.
He should definitely.
You can't, because he did that shit, and really, what was done to him. He's no longer fit to be in a society. You got to keep an eye on that guy.
Yeah.
All right, fucking just even for his own safety. You know what I mean? I think he's a victim and a victimizer, but he wasn't willing though.
They kind of went into that on the show, and they were just kind of like, well, like, what do you do in a situation like this? Because would he have killed anyone had he never met Dean Coral? Yeah. Obviously, there's no way of knowing that. No. The girls knew him and said, no, he was great. So it's like, I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, it was okay, the same thing has happened to serial killers who had a woman under that kind of control. They don't send them to prison usually.
Yeah, it depends.
Especially if she
It depends.
testifies.
But yeah.
But see, he was in a situation like that. He was so much of a young male. I would consider him to be more like in the same situation as a female would be, and he couldn't go up against a guy that, first of all, that size, of that amount of evil. This is a fresh fucking fish kid in high school.
Yeah.
Not a mean bone in his body, all right?
Yeah, but he said he was a super nice kid.
Yeah, and this was a fucking predatory fucking sexual sadist. Gay sexual sadist. Yeah. He just... I wouldn't even call a dude gay. He was beyond that.
He was just doing it for...
He was just evil.
Yeah, he was just doing it for
and
power.
For some reason, he targeted boys, not girls. Wanted nothing to do with them.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit about girls.
Nope. But for some reason, he wanted to make boys suffer.
Yeah.
And torture them. And rape them, and then kill them. He liked to see them like grovel and beg and shit. So he was a power sadist.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very controlling and dominating type of guy. Like, that's how he got off on.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it's a good documentary. Like I said, I need to go back and reread, because we did a show about Dean Corll, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I had forgotten a lot of the details. Like I said, I'd forgotten he killed that many people, too.
And when you looked at Dean, man, you wouldn't see anything of. There was nothing to him. But, you know.
Well, a lot of them are like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's like they only look creepy in hindsight because you know what they did. Yeah. Like if you just saw him walking down the street, you wouldn't even notice him.
Yeah, and at 30, he was a washed-up looking 30-year-old. He was one of them 1970s 30 that looked like he's 45. He was like 45.
Yeah, they all looked old as fuck like, back then, didn't they?
God, yeah.
Because sometimes it's like they'll show some photos like, hey, you're so-and-so in 1972, and they were like 32 years old. I'm like, holy crap. That's a rough-looking 32. Yeah. What the hell have they been doing?
But hearing this shit, he had 30 of them boys fucking buried, and they think there's more of them.
Yeah, they're not sure, actually.
But that dude was just fucking throwing these kids away. Kids that really had done nothing wrong. They'd done nothing wrong. And fucking... No one deserves to die like that, except dudes like Dean Corll. He deserves to die like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't cry if somebody did that.
Fuck no, I'd do that to him. If I had him, let's say I had possession of him, and I knew all that shit went down, I'd do that same shit to him.
Well, yeah. Although, here's the thing, like, and we've kind of talked about this before, because I'm always sort of interested in... The thing about serial killers, one of their defining characteristics is that they don't have any empathy. So, even though... You know, it's very satisfying to think, hey, you're going to do the same thing to them that they did to the victims. It's not going to teach them anything. I mean, I guess it's
they
like...
don't have empathy for others, but no, they care about themselves.
That's true.
They hold themselves.
And it would be cool, like, to do the same shit that they did to and then they started crying and stuff.
I would take all that from him.
That would be awesome.
Right. And you see, the thing is that he attacked the body. I would attack the mind. All right? I would slowly just wear him down over a period of weeks just by keeping him in a small box with a hole sawed in the middle of the box. He can put his hand out, but he can't look out. He can't stretch out. He'll never be comfortable, and put him in that box. And every day, maybe turn the box. And maybe keep him for a few hours upside down, too. You know what I mean? Then turn
that would be good, yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to do it too long, it'll kill him.
Yeah.
And let him piss and shit in the box. Maybe hand him a sandwich or some water every now and then. Keep him in that box for a couple weeks.
Sandwich got to have moldy bread on it.
Yeah. And I'd have
maybe some spoiled mayonnaise.
I'd have a metal eye on the box so I could put a hook through it and winch him up and drop him into a fucking pool. And then bring him back out of there and give him a little bit of waterboard. And by the time he came out of that box, he'd be like a baby. He'd be so cramped up and weak. Maybe waterboard him a little bit. Then put him back in the box. Keep him do like that for a couple months, maybe. Just destroy his mind. He's gonna go crazy in that fucking box. But going crazy and losing your mind in that box doesn't get you out of that box. You're still in that fucking box, and that's why you're going crazy. So, I'd have him in an infantile state when I was done with him. I'll move to the restroom.
Give me another drink on the way back.
Yeah, all right.
Matthew William Armitage is here. Said love from the UK. Well, hi, very much. I lived in the UK for a little while back in the 90s. Fred and Rose West were both sickos, examples of two serial killers as bad as each other. Yeah, we did a show about them too. I'm fascinated by couple serial killers. Whether it's a, man and wife couple or whether it's like two dudes or whatever. That's just the whole dynamic of that just fascinates me because how, and maybe the same thing applies with Dean Corll and Wayne Henley, because this is somebody that is groomed by the person. Because, see, here's the thing, like, Brady and Hindley, that's kind of who I bring up a lot when I talk about couple serial killers. Do I think that Myra Hindley would have killed anyone had she not met Ian Brady? I doubt it. I mean, I really doubt it. I don't know, obviously. I don't have a time machine. But I don't think so. Like, she just didn't seem the type. But I kind of find it fascinating how you just meet the wrong person and all of a sudden you're doing all kinds of shit you never thought you would do. Which in a lot of ways is the same thing that happened to Wayne Henley. Like I said, up until he met Dean Corll, everybody said he was a delightful human being. Like, it's totally normal. Yeah, he had some, like, home issues and stuff like that, but he was a good kid. And, not a mean bone in his body, they said. And the fact that he can just meet the wrong person by chance, and could end up where he ended up is, like, pretty fucking scary. Because I guess that could sort of happen to anybody if you meet the wrong person, So, I think that's what interests me the most, is that if you meet the wrong person, like, you could end up doing all kind of shit that you never thought that you would do, And they kind of go that, they goes a little bit into that, like, in the documentary. Like, he was talking a little bit about that, but how he just, like, never thought he'd end up that way. But that's what happened, Gramther says, Gramther came very close to killing someone about half a dozen times during his cop days.
Who did?
Gramthers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, gun in their ear, finger on trigger close. Very glad it didn't happen now that I'm retired. And just watching the grass grow. Yeah, I mean, probably better that never happened. Like, you don't really have to think about it. Like, I'm sure you saw some horrible shit, but most people, I don't think they'd be okay with, like, killing a person, Thankfully. Let's see. Zach says, useless fun fact. I learned about the GTA flu. They're predicting a $1 billion global revenue loss from all the people calling in sick to play GTA 6 when it releases next year. That's pretty funny, actually. I wonder if that will actually happen. Like, everybody just calls in sick. Oh, I got the flu, man. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to stay home and play a fucking video game. You know what I mean? Yeah, Matthew said Brady influenced Hindley, yes, but Rose West was just as bad as Fred. Yeah, see, that's why Fred and Rosemary West are kind of even more interesting, because that's kind of a case where I'm sure she probably would have done the shit anyways. You know what I mean? Because she was super fucked up, and he was fucked up, and somehow they found each other. Like some kind of fucked up...
Who?
Fred and Rosemary West.
Oh.
Yeah, those two. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
2 peas in a pod. Ugh.
Yeah, some of the female victims that survived said that Rosemary was worse than him.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Which you would think that wouldn't be the case, but for some reason, I guess a woman knows how to freak out another woman worse, or I don't know.
It could be. I'm not really sure. Like I said, there's not a hell of a lot, because how many female serial killers are there? Not many. Like, of all the serial killers, I think, what is it? 85-90% are dudes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that is counting ones that are like couples. And in some couples, like Fred and Rosemary West, and who was the Ken and Barbie killers? What were their fucking names? I can't remember.
I forgot. That was up near Canada, wasn't it?
Yeah, or something like that, where she like basically gave her boyfriend her sister, like, hey, rape my sister, and then they killed her. And
that was by accident.
I don't think they meant to kill her, but still, like, that's pretty fucked up.
She died from the drugs
saying to your boyfriend, like, hey, you can rape my sister, happy birthday. What
Yeah.
the fuck? Jesus Christ. I can't even imagine. how your head would go.
She got
there.
off on that power thing, though, to see
Carla
him.
Homolka, that was her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. There's some fucked up women out there.
Another one that was kind of worse than the guy. I don't remember the names. You probably remember the dude. I think they were from Alabama. Big fat dude with a beard. Fucking always took pictures of himself with like guns and shotguns. And he had a pretty hot wife for compared to him. And they had a van, and they go out and abduct girls and keep them for a while and then kill them. And the woman would sexually assault him too. And then she'd dispose of him. There's one of them that she did is she took two little 15 or 16-year-old girls. After they were done with them, she drove them out in the woods, fucking had a gun on them and made them dig their own graves, and then she blasted them both.
I vaguely remember that. They
talked about it on Geraldo. That's the first time I heard about it. Geraldo Rivera did a fucking show on. It's in the 80s sometime.
We've done a bunch of killer couple
I don't remember the name of the
shows,
couple, though.
but I can't remember.
He reminded me of that dude who played Cal on fucking Sanford and Son. You know, he was like a big fat redneck with a beard. That's what he looked like.
Yeah. I'll have to look that up. Because I don't remember if we ever covered that.
I think they were Southern.
Yeah.
Either Arkansas or Alabama. Alabama keeps coming to mind, although I don't think they were from Alabama. But they would take all these pictures of old fat ass there in his fucking overalls and fucking flannel shirt, shotgun.
You're like, all right, Elmer.
With his dog and fucking, behind him like a big fucking Army of Northern Virginia flag, fucking. You all know it as the Confederate flag. That is not the Confederate flag. That's the flag of Lee's army. But the AVN flag.
So performative.
Yeah, he's he's super redneck. Yeah, Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah, what is that about?
I don't fucking know.
See,
this is the fucking thing. I was talking about this shit. Jan was laughing. I go to the biker bar, and fucking they got old dudes in there, and to me they look like old men, but they're probably a lot of them are only like
probably like our age
or 15 years older. And we're on the edge of Orlando. We're not in the country, okay?
We're about 28-ish miles out, like from downtown Orlando.
I got a lot of ties in Mississippi, Fucking my family's from Heidelberg, Mississippi, right outside of Laurel, a little bit German town, fucking population like 300. All right, that was country. And I go to Laurel, hang out there. That was country too, even though that was a decent sized town. We didn't listen to fucking country music. We listened to heavy metal.
Yeah.
And Billy Idol, fucking punk rock and fucking,
Like most kids listen to that.
Listen to the Killer by the Fans. Heavy metal. All right. Our dads listened to fucking country, and it was old country. You listen to this country that they're listening to now, this modern country, and that's fucking city music.
It's horrible.
People from the country don't listen to that shit.
And I'm pretty broad in my musical taste, but man, and I like old country. I don't really like southern rock that much, just because it's overplayed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my dad listened to it all the time.
Yeah.
And my neighbor used to wake me up with it at 7 a.m. Leonard Skinner. But I like a lot of old country. I like Johnny Cash and Hank Williams and stuff like that. But it's just kind of like, and Dolly Parton. I like all that kind of shit, but it's just kind of
classic country.
Yeah, that's like classic country. But
it's almost like Western.
The new country is just like
crap.
It's like shitty pop music.
Yeah.
But it's about, but it's like I said, it's like way over performative.
Yeah, and it's
like because every single song is just about their pickup truck and they're this and that, and it's just like they're not even. I'm like, you guys aren't even probably from.
It's like a parody.
Yeah, like it sounds like they're making fun of it.
It's
but
a parody
they're not.
Of stereotypes of old fucking.
That's kind of how
country.
I thought of it too.
And the people that listen to that don't live in the country. They think they do, but it's actually the suburbs or the exurbs. It's not the country.
Yeah.
The country is where my dad was from. Heidelberg, Mississippi. Population like 300, 400. That was fucking country. And only old people listened to that shit. Yeah. My dad's generation listened to that shit. But they were talking about old country from like the 70s, 80s. X generation in the country mostly listened to what you would call heavy metal or new wave.
Yeah.
And then the black kids X generation from the country listened to rap.
Yeah.
They were
Like
listening
early
to Public
hip-hop.
Enemy. Yeah.
Yep.
They weren't listening to fucking that bullshit.
I didn't know a single person
Yeah.
my age when I was in school in the 80s that listened to country.
No.
That was like your parents.
No.
That was what your parents listened to. Because like I said, I grew up in Daytona Beach, and the biggest nightclub there was a honky tonk. It was a country bar called the Rockin' Ranch. And that was like where your mom and dad went.
Yeah.
Nobody our age went there.
X generation in the fucking X generation Mississippi back in the 80s was listening to the same shit you would hear fucking if you lived in Scotland or Ireland or London or some shit like that. We were listening to fucking Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, fucking we were Billy Idol, fucking we were listening to Flock of Seagulls,
Duran Duran.
Duran Duran, fucking
The Cure.
The Cure. We listened to some of the punk rock.
Yeah,
Smiths,
Violent Femmes.
Violent Femmes, Sex Pistols.
Dead Kennedys.
Yeah, and the Ramones.
Yeah.
Some American stuff.
Sex Pistols.
And then like the closest thing we ever listened to country was fucking Nazareth. Now fucking country people would rock Nazareth too, but Nazareth was from fucking Wales or Scotland.
I think they're from Scotland.
From Scotland, yeah. So
Although, please, I'm
they sound Southern, but it's fake Southern.
Yeah.
That was like from Scotland. So we listened to a lot of that kind of music. So, and it's funny, you know, I come to this area, yeah, I live in the country. Where are you from? And fucking listen to this old dude who's fucking trying to pull himself off as some kind of country bumpkin or some shit like that. And I go, dude, that's the city. Deltona, that's the fucking city. You know.
Deltona is kind of a shithole.
Yeah, but it's the city.
Sorta.
Yeah, it's fucking
it's not like
in Mississippi to get to a city you had to drive 3 hours, 4 hours.
We got another super chat.
What's that?
From Bee's Nest.
Bee's Nest. What happened?
Man, he's spending all kind of money.
Spending all his money. What do you say?
You got all this money?
Yeah.
He didn't say anything.
Fucking in Heidelberg, to go to a big city, you had to drive 3 hours, and that was New Orleans. And anything outside of New Orleans was small towns. Mississippi and Alabama have very low population densities. There's just not very many people there. And that's country.
Yeah. Like where we live now is rural-ish.
Mm.
Like we live across the street from a bunch of farms. There's a bunch of farms around here. It's kind of...
It's growing though.
Yeah, but it's not... I wouldn't call it suburbs. It's not... It's... Yeah. But it's rural-ish. It's not like in the middle of nowhere.
No, we're now on the outskirts of Orlando.
But it's not a suburb either.
Yeah. Where we used to live used to be an exurb. That's now basically part of downtown Orlando almost.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, downtown Orlando is about 28 miles from us.
Yeah, that's nothing.
But it's, expanded out so much.
Yeah.
That where we live used to be like super, super country.
Yeah.
Not that long ago. Because like I said, it's pretty much all farms. It's like horse farms, blueberry farms.
Yeah.
All kind of different shit.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is still here. Like, all the farms and stuff are still here. But it's building up
Hear what
slowly.
she said? It's like 20-something miles. You lived in fucking Heidelberg, Mississippi. Nearest city was 150 miles long. Other cities that were in so-called cities, like Jackson. Jackson isn't a city. Jackson, Mississippi isn't a city. It's just fucking tiny. It's a town. It has a downtown-looking area, but compared to the rest of the country, that's a town.
Klaus says, so you're farmers. Hell no, we're not farmers. Although, we live, like, in a subdivision.
We're on a golf course.
Like a golf course.
Yeah.
It's not a gated community because it doesn't have a gate.
But
it's like a big
it was meant to
neighborhood.
It was meant to be a gated community.
Yeah, they just never built a gate on it.
They just never put the gate.
But it's kind of bigger houses on big plots of land. Like, our yard is almost an acre. Like, the houses are really far apart.
And this is a 2-story house.
But across the street is a farm.
Yeah.
Like, with horses and stuff. And down the street is a big blueberry farm. There's a lot of...
There's a cattle ranch.
Cattle ranch. There's a bunch of nurseries and stuff like that.
You can get local meat here.
Yeah, so you can buy all kind of... Like I said, you can buy... You can get fresh honey. A lot of people keep bees.
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So we don't do any of that because we live in like just a little suburban.
Well, we grow our own little stuff out in the back.
We have a garden in the back where we grow stuff.
Potatoes and fucking
tomatoes and peppers and
mostly potatoes, peppers, green peppers,
cilantro,
tomatoes,
shit like that.
Yeah, cilantro, oregano, and then I had passion fruit going, but it got killed in a storm.
Yeah.
So I got a southern version of. Somebody says, "Look, this is somebody we know, a friend of the family's fucking has a bunch of what I was told passion fruit growing on their property. They just mow them down. They don't know what to do with them. And turns out it's like passion fruit. It's a southern version of passion fruit. It doesn't taste like passion fruit, but it's the same plant.
Not quite.
It tastes more like pear, but it's good. And it's called Maypop.
Yeah.
Because it pops in May. I got all kinds of Maypop going on, and I can make juice with it. It's good with vodka.
They grow so
grows like weeds.
Much.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
But I'm only in year 1. Next year there'll be more of them.
Like we started making juice out of it, and it's pretty good. Like I said, it kind of tastes like a pear.
Tastes like pear juice, yeah.
So
a little bit better than pear.
I was like, well, anything we can get for free that we can mix with vodka.
Free. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. And it grows like vines, and I got it going up around, it grows like these vines, and I got it going over this fucking lattice work that I got out there. But this house is a 2-story house, 4-bedroom. It's
5 bedroom.
5 bedroom, yeah. And it's got an upstairs living room, a downstairs den, big kitchen. It's got 4 bathrooms and a fairly big garage. This is one of the nicer houses on the golf course. But our house, we have the best of the good. We got the worst of the best houses. Some of the other houses, they're 2-story. They look a lot better than ours.
I don't really.
From the way they made it.
I don't really like I don't really care that much.
They're Baroque looking. They look like
they kind of look Mediterranean. Like they have that
looking.
Nice Mediterranean look, which a lot of houses in Florida have. Like they have the Spanish tile
like
on
Spanish,
the roofs,
yeah.
and it's there with all those warm colors.
This used to be part of Spain. A lot of people don't realize that. They're taking our jobs. They're moving up. No, they were here first. Florida was purchased from Spain. Okay.
That's why everything is Spanish names here or Native American names.
Yeah, it was from day one. It was half British Empire, half Spanish Empire, and we're in the central part, which is kind of like the DMZ, is where everybody's mixing. You go north, it's all Scots-Irish. You go south, it's all Central American Cuban.
Yeah.
But everybody gets along. Fucking, it's a good mix. Yeah. But for the most part, everybody gets along.
I mean, as long as I've been alive, Florida has been, as much as people piss and moan, like Florida has been, I went to school with all kind of kids.
Yeah.
And like nobody thought it was weird. I didn't think it was weird. My granddad was super racist, that's for sure. But he didn't like it. But other than that, like nobody said anything about it.
Well, a lot of people have a real piss poor understanding of history. This was always basically a biracial state, going back to the 1500s, 1600s. It was Scots-Irish and Hispanic, some blacks, and Indians. You know, it was always mixed. It's kind of like these motherfuckers want to do this big mass shootings down at Walmart to keep the Mexicans out of fucking Texas. Texas was always half Mexican. Always. It was a joint venture between...
I don't understand that at all.
It was a joint venture between rich German American families and rich Mexican families. They were in the cattle industry going way back.
Yeah.
So it was always about 50-50. But they see what happened in California and they think, well, shit, the Spanish speakers are encroaching. No. Don't you remember we got in a war with fucking Mexico, all right, and fucking swallowed up most of the Mexican claim. Spain had the claim.
Yeah,
Mexico had the claim, and they were here.
They like to say the border crossed us.
Yeah, they were already here.
Which is true.
Yeah. Now, new ones would kind of come in. It didn't have anything to do with fucking Venezuela and all these other countries. But the Mexicans are natives. And the Mexican Americans have been here for fucking ever. They were in all the world wars.
Yeah.
Fucking, I served in the fucking army with a lot of Mexican American guys. Fucking Miguel Chafino, like my brother from California. Me and him came up in basic training and all the fucking 4 years of fucking in the airborne together. We're still friends on Facebook. You know, fucking his wife, he's got kids now and everything. It's funny to see how we've all grown old. But he's also a federal employee. Works at Homeland Security. And he's a Mexican American. All right? And he'll fucking pick up a Mexican flag or an American flag. But it's the same thing when you have Scots-Irish and Irish Americans and shit. They fly the Irish flag and the American flag. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm not bothered.
Yeah, it's just their ethnic roots, you know. But
I don't get all bent out of shape about it.
Yeah. Well, there has been a huge influx from Central America that didn't come in here legally. That's got to be rectified. You have to know who's in here. When I moved to Brazil, I had to go through immigration to go through Brazil and be there and had to get a visa and everything. Brazil doesn't let random motherfuckers show up. They want to know who you are.
Well, nobody does.
Are you a fucking serial rapist in your country and you're running from the fucking law? You know, that's all it is.
Well, you got to check that kind of
They just want to know, are you running from a crime in your country? Are you a fucking serial rapist? You know, because some of them are. Because they're wanted men. If you're a wanted man, you want to run. And you're going to jump in a big crowd. No, they're not all that. But I'm saying...
I'm sure it's probably a small number.
Yeah, it might be 5%. But that's enough. Even if it was 2%, that would make... Because there's so many of them, 2% would make a fucking big impact on the crime statistics. Because it only takes one dude to rack up fucking 30 victims. Look what Dean Curl did. One dude killed fucking...
He was an American.
30 dudes. Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know. But a serial rapist will rack up more than that.
We got all the serial killers over here.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like...
Whoever's in your country, you need to know who they are. That's the primary thing. If you don't know him, that motherfucker might be wanted. That's the main problem.
Don't spill your shit. Klaus is very, very drunk. He's just
Wait, Klaus.
He's just typing like, I gotta pee too, but I guess I gotta wait.
Here we go.
He's just like typing a bunch of weird gibberish, and then he says, "No, I'm serious." About what though? Because it's like I can't understand what you're getting at. I get it. I can't type when I'm drunk either, but you know what I mean. They took our jobs. He's laughing about that, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Norwegian South Park. Beesna says, I live a mile from Mexico, go every day. I'd like to go someday, actually. I've never been to Mexico, but been in New Mexico. It's not really the same thing, but never been there. One of these days I'll go. I've heard Mexico City's banging. I just really would like to go one day. It looks cool as shit, but I just don't have the money, you know? I don't have the money. I was thinking the other day, man, I haven't had a vacation. I never have the money to go on vacation, man. I just never have the money. You know? It's like I feel like I'm always like working, and I'm like, man, I could really use like a week's vacation or something. I don't know. I just never have the money. So, I don't know. One of these days.
What's that?
Me and Tom have talked about going to Mexico, but
oh yeah,
I would really like to go to I'd really like to go to Mexico City. Yeah, I'd really like to go to Mexico City.
They got a great goth scene in Mexico City.
Yeah, it looks cool as hell.
Voltaire moved there, but
his fiance, I think she has an apartment there. He has an apartment in New York City too, because he usually films most of his videos from there. But I think she is Japanese, but I think she lives in Mexico, or at least does part-time. Yeah. So I think they have a house there too. If I'm not sure. Like I haven't watched any of this stuff in a while. So they go back and forth like to Mexico City a lot, and he does a lot of videos in Mexico City specifically about the goth scene, like the stores and the clubs and stuff like that, and it looks cool as hell. Yeah. I've heard Mexico City is like fucking awesome, like to go to. Yeah. And I've never been there, and I really want to go. Yeah. Gotta pee.
Americans have a lot of misconceptions about the way Central and South America are. You know, my family was in Sao Paulo, Brazil for like 12 years. I lived there for about 6. But I kept going back to visit my mother as she lived there. They don't know Argentina and Uruguay, Paraguay. Those are like little Europes, you know. It's kind of like something you find out of Europe. Now, their economies are fucked up. They're trying to get better, The problem with Central and South America has always been oligarchy and fucking corruption. That's just how it is. Powerful families take over. They're like cartels. And they don't want to relinquish power. And they own all these businesses, so they want to fucking set up laws that give them monopolies. That's the biggest problem. That's the only thing really holding back South America. Central America has different problems. Mexico broke up into a bunch of different pieces. They had kind of like a civil war. And Nicaragua and El Salvador and all these little countries at one time used to be part of Mexico. People see these fucking movies and all this crime and shit and all these cartels, and they have this weird...
Stepping on cat toys.
They have kind of a negative image of fucking Mexico, that it's like hell on earth. Oh, wow, we gotta let these people in. They're running from all this bad shit. No, man, Mexico's a fucking paradise. It's a beautiful country. And it's just like anything else. Same in the United States. You got good places and bad places.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a massive, massive country.
Yeah.
Just like saying, oh, the United States is a shithole. Yeah, some parts of it are a shithole, but some parts of it are fucking awesome.
Yeah. Now they have an organized crime problem. But man, all countries have problems. But that's something that the Mexican people have to deal with over time. Now, looks like we're gonna fucking attack them cartels. I think we're gonna fucking blow up the cartels of Venezuela, because fucking federal government's pissed over all this fucking fentanyl coming in, probably with Chinese assistance. And it looks like we're getting ready to go to war with those cartels, which really, as far as threats to American security, American lives, that's far more of a threat than all this bullshit in the Middle East we were doing. And the Middle East is really no threat. They were just trying to make money off of that. But we'll see how it goes. But Mexico is a beautiful country, and I remember growing up in California. You know, people would kind of like talk about crossing the fucking border and going to TJ to party like it was some kind of joke. You look at Tijuana now, man. Tijuana looks fucking amazing, man. It looks
all that tourism. Man.
Yeah. You had people in California that had money. Americans were moving to Mexico because their dollars would go
because it was cheaper.
Far cheaper. They had nice neighborhoods.
Shit, I've thought about we've thought about moving to another country.
We could live like
after
kings.
Retirement.
I could live like a king there,
like
on my
the Philippines or something like that.
Just on my VA money, I could live like a king there.
Like as long as you move to a country where he can still get his VA money and I can still work remotely.
Yep.
Like after retirement, we've totally talked about moving to like a cheaper country.
I got a lot of equity in this house.
I
could sell this house and walk away and fucking with probably $300,000.
Yeah, I mean,
and fucking because it went up in value, and I got a lot of equity. So, man, that $300,000 fucking in Mexico, you could buy a fucking awesome house and have a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
and then
that might be the way to go. Like I said, we've talked about that quite a lot. Like when we get older.
You see, and I speak Portuguese, so it's real close to Spanish. I understand it.
Like moving to another country, and you know, if we were moving to another country, I would learn. So you know, I'm not, you know.
Yeah, what we do is we can hire a profesora particular. In other words, a tutor. And you have her come and fucking teach you how to speak Spanish. Within about a year, you'd be functional.
You can learn on an app nowadays.
Yeah, but it's good to have somebody there interactive. Although an app might be interactive.
It is, yeah.
Now, but the thing is that so many people were moving to fucking Mexico that the fucking natives fucking rebelled. There was riots trying to get rid of the gringos because the gringos would show up and all the prices would go up.
Yeah.
Because they'd have these beautiful downtowns where everybody was shopping and all these restaurants, but then now all of a sudden they're pricing all the locals out of the market.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
So there was fucking basically a race riot. Yankee go home. That shit happened a couple months back. Which I feel their pain. I'm like, yeah, they're coming in there throwing all that money around and fucking up the local economy.
Yeah, they're like, we're totally happy before you white people got here.
You show up here and all of a sudden the rents have tripled.
Yeah.
We can't, and you know, we work here and live here. We can't afford the rent now.
That kind of happens everywhere. That happens in the U.S. too. Like,
gentrification.
Like, yeah, like if a big company or something like that like moves into a place and then suddenly all these people or a place suddenly gets like cool and hip.
All of a sudden, the rents
all of
start
a sudden
going up,
all
the
these
money
people
goes up.
move there, and
Everybody
like
has
the
to
rent
leave.
goes up, everything goes up, and all the people that
Were there
actually
before.
work there and work there before
They don't have to leave.
It's
It's now an
because they can't afford it anymore.
Yeah, because it's now an expensive neighborhood. You can't be there. Yeah.
So you know,
That's kind of
it happens everywhere.
It's happening here in Florida.
Yes.
A lot of South Florida's like that. New Yorkers moved to fucking Miami, and fucking with New York money, and they're driving the Cubans out. And the Cubans are like, what the fuck, man? And here's the thing. Those Cuban Americans, Miami is their homeland.
Yeah.
They've been there for fucking centuries.
Yeah, for generations.
Right? Yeah, centuries. And now you got people from New York, fucking Mr. and Mrs. Leibowitz, shit, they show up from fucking, Brooklyn or fucking Red Line, fucking Brookline, fucking Boston or something, and they're totally fish out of water, but they have enough money to displace the natives, you know what I mean? They're now in a Latin society, and the Latins have to leave. What?
Like I said, that kind of happens everywhere.
Yeah.
Every time a place gets attractive to people with more money, and people start moving there, at some point there's going to be, you're going to hit that point of no return where now all these richer people live here and all the people that used to live here can't afford it anymore. Ew. Thank you very much. We got another super chat from Bee's Nest. Man, you were spending a lot of money. Feeling better. Been sick, vomiting for days. Yeah, I saw that, man. Hopefully you're feeling better. Holy crap. I don't know what you got. Did you say you got something in Vegas? Is that what it was? I mean, I'm sure Las Vegas, if you went to the casinos and stuff, I'm sure that's like a germ farm. That's all I can think. All those boomers in there touching everything with their dirty ass fingers.
Klaus is up there in fucking Norway, drunk off his fucking ass.
I see that. He's like, he's not gat drunk. He's not that. I mean,
what are you drinking, Klaus? What you drinking, man?
It's some good shit, whatever it is.
He's probably he's drinking one of those fucking Nordic drinks that's 200 proof and it's got dead fish juice in it.
I mean, I'm glad I don't have to type anything.
Fermented fucking fish, cod juice or some shit like that.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Tanya says, "I'm old, I'm drunk, I'm not ashamed." I mean, you shouldn't be. Getting drunk is fun. High Desert says, "I'm going to Japan and South Korea for spring break next year.
Yeah.
I hope the tourists behave themselves before I get there."
Yeah.
I want to go to Japan too. Well, Tom wanted to take me to Korea because
I lived in Korea
because he lived in Korea for a while. He was stationed there, and it's like it sounds really cool. And it's like I always kind of wanted to go to Asia.
Korea is the more affordable version of Japan. I'd rather go to Korea than Japan.
Probably me too. I kind of feel like Japan is super cool, but it's like, man, everybody wants to go to Japan.
And it's overpriced, and there's a shit ton of foreigners there. You can go to Korea and not see very many foreigners. And I could go to Itaewon, and I know I've been doing the fucking modern Itaewon walks. So I know what it's like now. I know where the clubs are now.
You wanted to see if Hooker Hill looked the same?
Hooker Hill's changed a lot. It's not Hooker Hill anymore.
No, I know. That was back in the 90s.
There's prostitution going on there, but it's not like it was when it was just overrun with GIs, because they made the shit kind of they made it kind of illegal for they banned all the GIs. The army banned the GIs from going there, and they don't have what was called military prostitution anymore, which is
probably for the better, I would imagine.
It was part of Korea's development. They didn't want all these white dudes and black dudes walking around harassing their women. So they had lower income Korean girls. The government would help through shell companies recruit and train them to be entertainers, right? Which is a long story of that in Eastern cultures. They don't have the same taboo of prostitution.
It's fascinating, actually.
It's not the same. And the idea was to get as many of those U.S. dollars out of the GI's pockets and into the Korean economies. They made a shit ton of money. So all the success of Samsung and fucking Daewoo and all those big corporations, actually a lot of that was built on the back of prostitution, because a lot of that money came in indirectly through American soldiers' paychecks.
Yeah.
Helped inflate the economy there.
Because they would get like a,
Right.
you know, however, it was once a month, right? Like once a month you'd go?
Well, in my unit. Other units, it was fucking all the time. They were a lot more
okay.
free. I was in a high security. I was at Camp Greaves up near the DMZ.
So you would
high
go
security.
once a month? And
once, maybe twice a month, I was allowed to go. Only for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Then I had to come back.
So you would go and like...
Go to Hooker Hill, fucking party, and then come back. And Hooker Hill was just a party town. Vikings, basically. And it was just clubs. I showed a documentary from that era to Jen.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure she believed me.
No, I believe you.
But yeah, it was the Korean government and the American government had a joint venture to recruit Korean girls into becoming entertainers in these clubs. And the entertainment, of course, is, you know, sex.
Yeah.
But it's a nightclub environment.
So it seems more normal.
It seems very normal, right.
Yeah.
And they live in apartments out behind there. And they fucking cut the deal, and it was, you know, cheap. $20 to $40. But it was also quick.
Yeah.
You could go through 2 or 3 a night, no problem.
Well, I mean, they're probably just trying... It was like a restaurant. They want to, like...
Yeah, they're trying to move
you can't camp out at the table all night. They need to have several...
No, once they sealed the deal, that girl would move. I have it, and they would actually walk you to the door.
Yeah.
Try to get rid of you. But it was okay. There was another club you could go to across the street. You go to that one. And then you drink with your buddies, you know what I mean? You kind of regenerate. Maybe a couple of hours later, you want to... I'm going to fuck this one. How you doing? And here's the thing. It's not... I watched how it was done at the fucking Mustang Ranch or the Chicken Farm or Buddy Ranch over there in fucking... And that shit was just lame. Dude comes in, it's like a fucking little mini apartment mall type deal. And some simp shows up and sits in a chair. They show him 20 women and he picks one. Just fucking awkward as shit. I was like,
that is very awkward.
How could you... You know, I was like, I could...
Maybe some dudes like that, but it's just like, to me, that would be very awkward.
Yeah, it had a little short, fat dude in his fucking 50s and shit with his cowboy outfit, with his fucking hat and his fucking boots on.
Oh, dear.
And I'm like, man, you look fucking dorky as fuck. But they paid big money for that. The way it was for us is we would show up, it was a club-like environment, and you never had to pick a girl. They picked you.
Yeah. That seems a lot more normal.
Yeah.
Because, like, a chick would just come up to you and be like,
hey, how you doing? Yeah.
And you're like, all right.
You might have 2 or 3 of them fucking pulling on you.
Yeah. I mean, you could say no, like, you know.
Yeah. And the thing is that, you see, it was more natural because the dudes that weren't, let's say, well, they were all military guys, so they're all young and fit. If you're young and fit, you tend to be more attractive than older and unfit. But even the ugly young guys who weren't fit, the girls that were looked more like them would jump on them. So they actually would feel like, yeah, she wants to work with me.
Like it was normal.
Like it was normal. It wasn't the hottest chick in the fucking club.
Which is a better way to go about it.
Right. The better looking of a guy you were, the more those girls knew to let the better looking girls go for it first. It was like a pecking order. It was a pecking order among the girls. And the madams are watching. And the madams are also, they're good looking too. They're like in their 30s or 40s, and they're like ex-working girls. You know, but you can tell they know what's up. And they're grooming all these girls to do it. So groom is like a bad word now, but they're training them all.
Yeah.
So dudes ended up with women that kind of suited them. They didn't look out of place.
And like I said, it seemed a lot more organic.
Yeah.
Than a dude going to a place and having
Picking
a lineup.
one out, yeah.
Which seems a little strange.
Well, they were fucking very smart about it because a true Korean brothel for the Korean dudes is more like that. He shows up and there's 20 of them and he picks one. It's very artificial. They had worked it out to a science of how to sell that to a Western young dude without hurting his ego.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Without putting him in an awkward position.
Right.
So it was a lot more fluid.
Yeah.
And the girls were dressed like Western type chicks, and they knew how to act in Western ways. They were all trained for that. Dressed up like cowgirls and dancing on the box with pistols and shit and a cowboy hat. And then the girls that wanted to work with black guys, you go in there and they're dressed up like hip hop stars. And they had more meat on the bones too. They knew the tastes and everything. See, that was the weird thing. I told this story before. me and Wilson went. He was in my squad, and Wilson was black. We go down there together. It was the first time we were going down range. He's like, we're gonna go see him. He goes, yeah, man, you ever done this? He's like, no, we're gonna. So we tried to go into a brothel together, and the fucking woman at the door was like, no, him no, you can come in, him over there. And I go, oh, they're separating us, and we're looking at each other like, oh, this is some sus shit.
It is.
All right, I was like, well, okay, I'll see you later. All right. He goes, yeah. Turned out those girls in there had all agreed to work with white guys.
Oh, okay.
The girls where they sent him agreed to work with black guys.
Okay, so they were kind of segregated.
I came out later, about 20, 30 minutes later, and saw Wilson. Big smile on his face. How'd it go? Oh, no, it went great. It went great. So what happened? Did they? He goes, oh, no, they were hot. Big,
oh, okay.
Big ass and everything.
Bigger, yeah.
Fucking, they had the rap music and everything. No, they knew what I wanted. That's what he said.
Okay.
I said, okay.
So everything was kind of catered to them.
Yeah.
So it wasn't so much like a nefarious.
Yeah, I was thinking, what, are they going to send him to the fucking third-rate place? No. There were some other girls that were
more
suited to the hip-hop and
they
R&B.
had everything was like targeted audience.
Yeah, and they were more
which is kind of impressive in a way.
Yeah. They had it down to a science. And they...
Even back in the 90s, they were
back in the 90s.
like... Yeah, we know what these type of dudes like, and we know what these type of dudes like.
Yeah, and the girls that were working the black crowd were into that. So...
Interesting.
They were into that culture. They were into hip-hop.
So he had a good time, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he wasn't weirded out.
Yeah, they didn't fuck you. Oh, hell no. It was awesome. They knew exactly what I was looking for. I was okay. I thought they were... Yeah, I thought so, too. I thought they were going to fuck me up.
Yeah, because, like...
Right, yeah, no.
America kind of has a history of...
Yeah. You're like, oh, you're not allowed. We don't serve your
You
kind.
can't eat at this...
Yeah, right, yeah.
Walgreens, like, or whatever, Woolworths lunch counter. You know what I mean? It's, So, people are a little sensitive about that. Because that wasn't that long ago. So, a little before my time, but in my parents' time. That was in my parents' time. So, it wasn't that long ago. So, yeah, people are going to be a little suspicious about that kind of, like, separating the races kind of nonsense. So, yeah. But, I'm always kind of, fascinated by all the stuff that Tom tells me about all the hookers. Like, he was single at the time, obviously. I just think it's kind of interesting. All the stuff that he did when he was in Korea. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of interesting to me. Let me see. Tani says, Jenny's looking beautiful. Thank you very much. Klaus says, I want to rock and roll in North Korea. I have no desire to go to North Korea at all. No thanks. South Korea, though, looks fucking awesome. But like I said, North Korea, not so much. Yeah. Heido says I can't drink certain types of alcohol as it now gives me acid reflux. I will say that anything that's real, like Goldschlager, anything like that, if anybody gives me like a shot, because sometimes people will buy us shots and shit like that, and I don't really ask what they are because it's free, you know what I mean? So it's like, hey, we're doing shots. Okay, cool. And like I drink, and I'm just like, if it's something like Goldschlager or something like that, that will immediately give me heartburn. Yeah. So, but, I don't know. It sucks getting old, doesn't it? Although I don't have as much of a problem. Since I started taking hormones, I don't have as much of a problem anymore. I still can't do anything super cinnamon flavored. Like, regular cinnamon's fine. But anything's like fake cinnamon flavored. I can't do that. And I can't do raw onions, which sucks because I used to really like raw onions like on burgers and stuff, but I can't eat that anymore. Like if they're cooked, it's all right, but raw ones, nope. I'm gonna be suffering for hours and hours if I have raw onions, even the purple ones. Zach says, speaking of being drunk, I think what I hate more than a hangover is just feeling all bloated and gross after a night out drinking. I don't usually get hangovers. Sometimes the next day, I'll just be real tired. Sometimes I feel a little, slightly nauseous, but I always feel slightly nauseous, so it's not really that much of a difference. It's not usually too bad. One thing that we had this friend who's kind of a druggie, and he told me that he's like, like after you drink a lot, he's like, just take 3 aspirin or 3 ibuprofen or whatever. Like, but you have to do it before you go to sleep, or it doesn't work. And he's like, do it before you go to sleep after you drunk a lot. And I started doing that, and wow, that made a big difference. Like, I don't know if it would work for everybody, but I still feel kind of crappy the next day, but not as crappy as I used to. Sometimes I'll be drunk and I'll forget, but most of the time I remember. Because I have a huge thing of ibuprofen.
Klaus is asking what we're drinking. We're drinking generic Dr. Pepper.
It's called Dr. Topper.
Called Dr. Topper. Generic that's from the fucking dollar store.
It's the dollar store version of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, generic Dr. Pepper. And vodka.
And kind of nice vodka.
Good vodka, yeah.
Because they didn't have the cheap shit at the liquor store. They were all out. So Tom got the slightly more expensive stuff.
I got a little more expensive vodka. And,
I don't remember what kind
they probably don't have Dr. Pepper in fucking Norway. It's
it's a Pepsi product, is it not?
Or Coke.
Is it Pepsi or Coke?
I don't remember.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Or maybe Pib is Pepsi. I can't remember.
Dr. Pepper is about as old as Coca-Cola. It's just it's a brown drink, kind of like Coca-Cola, but it has a creamier taste. And I heard it's Indian spices. I looked it up, and they said it's Indian spices. It's got this cardamom and some other and proprietary. I don't taste cardamom in it.
I don't either.
But if you've ever had cream soda or vanilla soda, imagine you took some Coca-Cola and mixed it with a little bit of vanilla. Kind of like that. And maybe like a slight...
It's kind of a sarsaparilla.
Yeah, but they wouldn't know what sarsaparilla was.
Kind of flavor.
But it doesn't have that particular flavor.
It's kind of like, well...
More like Coca-Cola with a creamy flavor.
And like root beery.
Kind of.
A little bit.
It's slightly spicy. There's no way to describe it.
And I know that, well...
It's Dr. Pepper flavored.
Yeah, there's really... And Dr. Pepper and Mr. Pibb, which are the competing Coke and Pepsi versions of pretty much the same thing.
It's the same thing, pretty much.
They taste pretty much the same.
Yeah.
One thing that I noticed that, at least all the Europeans that I've known that have tasted it, they thought it all tasted like medicine.
Yeah.
Which
it kind of tastes like medicine. They were kind of.
Well, they were.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of like them, though.
Soft drinks.
Originally started as...
Originally was medicine.
Medicine.
They were energy drinks. You went to a fucking Old West saloon in the 1800s. You know, ones where fucking dudes actually had guns on in there. And they fucking spitting in the spittoons. And drinking whiskey. If you got fucked up, they'd give you some energy drinks, some medicine. And it was Coca-Cola or Dr. Pepper. Yeah. Something like that. Or root beer or sarsaparilla.
Yeah.
And in that drink, it wasn't caffeine, it was cocaine.
Yeah.
And you'd come to so you could drink more alcohol.
So you could drink more alcohol.
They knew that was the
whole point of it.
It was an energy drink.
Yeah.
But the energy was cocaine.
Yeah.
And that wasn't strong, but it was strong enough. Now later on they made cocaine a controlled substance, so they changed it to caffeine. But I would imagine that the cocaine version was better.
I'm sure.
Probably works a lot better.
I'm sure it did.
But it was just something to keep you drinking. And it was medicine too.
They knew what they were doing.
It was medicine, so it does have medicine flavor. And all the old medicines of the 1800s had an herbal flavor.
Although this is coming from someone, me, who used to drink Creamulsion cold medicine right out the bottle.
Yeah. When
I was a kid, because I thought it tasted good.
Now the Germans in World War II in the 30s, they were drinking Coca-Cola. The Nazis came to power, and they had all these brown, nasty capitalist drinks. Man, these capitalist drinks from America, like Coca-Cola. So they had to come up with something that was more National Socialist, something more healthy and vibrant and positive.
Something more Nazi.
More Nazified. So they said, fuck all this unnatural shit, brown shit. Our shit is going to be natural. It's going to be orange flavored. It's going to be bright orange.
That's supernatural, bright orange.
Supernatural, bright orange. Fanta orange.
Fanta
orange. Fanta orange was the soft drink of the Nazis.
It was.
That was their version of Coca-Cola. Don't drink that nasty capitalist brown shit. Fuck that. some healthy,
Ours is
bright,
Friday.
nuclear orange health. Fucking,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I said.
This will keep you white.
Yeah.
It'll make you whiter.
I'm sure one of their commercials probably said that. And probably a lot of them bought it. Oh, okay. That sounds legit.
Fanta orange. Mustache man's favorite drink.
Nazis are dumbasses. So I'm just going to say that right now.
It was a good drink, though. It was made out of nothing. They said that...
I mean, I will drink Fanta. Like, we've
Fanta,
had
yeah.
Fanta before.
Yeah.
I don't know if a lot of people know it's Nazi history.
Yeah,
But,
they don't know,
you know,
they don't know their Nazi
that
history.
was a long time ago, but still. It's
Well,
just,
they made a lot of shit. Volkswagen bugs and Volkswagens. They made
so
it's just, you know, just because they made it doesn't mean it's bad. It's just that was the
the era.
That was the products that they made.
Zach says, do you get that bloated feeling after a drink night? It's just uncomfortable and weird. Not on the drugs. I don't usually feel bloated. No, not from that.
We feel worn out. Like
mostly
we've given it all, man. We're fucking.
Mostly
dancing.
I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Because it's like, here's the thing: we go out, we drink a lot, but you know, the bar that we go to has a huge thing of water, so I usually go and get water between every drink, and I'm usually dancing a lot and sweating a lot, so I don't usually feel. I'm kind of fucked up at the end of the night, but not that fucked up. You know what I mean?
Is asking, weren't they hangover cures? No, they were drunk cures. If you got too drunk and you stopped drinking in an old
they wanted something that would make you feel less drunk.
They give you something to snap you out.
So you would drink more.
So you drink more. The
so they could get more money out of you.
A lot of the boomers, a lot of these boomer motherfuckers, and even the pre-boomers, like the fathers of the boomers,
the silent generation.
Yeah, the greatest generation.
Or the greatest generation.
They grew up in these fucking bullshit Wild West, Old West movies, where everything was clean and everybody was fucking hygienic and fucking everybody was moral.
Yeah, that's not how that happened.
That's not the way it really was. In the Old West, they did a lot of drugs.
Oh, big time.
They did a lot of cocaine.
I'm surprised some of them lived as long as they did, honestly.
They did a lot of cocaine. They drank laudanum and morphine and opium.
They drank way more and way stronger shit than anybody drinks nowadays.
And they also smoked weed. They smoked lots of weed.
Yep.
They'd get it from Mexico.
Yep.
And there was no stigma for drugs or being addicted to drugs. They had no concept of what drug addiction was, actually.
It was just kind of a thing that happened.
They're like, yeah, you take that, you're just going to like it. You know.
Oh, Klaus gave us a super chat.
What's up, Klaus? What'd you say?
Thank you very much. He didn't say anything.
All right. Thank you very much, Klaus.
Thank you very much, Klaus. That's awesome.
Yeah. Actually, that movie Tombstone that had Kurt Russell and the all-star cast, that actually was kind of accurate in some ways. Fucking, what was his name? The sheriff's wife was a junkie. She was addicted to morphine.
Yeah, everybody was like fucking high as balls
and
back then.
Doc Holliday, not only was he fucking sick from, they called it consumption, but we would know it as tuberculosis. He was not only infected with tuberculosis, he was a fucking tremendous Coke feed.
Oh, yeah.
He'd have he was a doctor, he was a dentist, and a dentist's main fucking tool was cocaine. And they could put cocaine on your tooth, make you snort some, or drink some. They didn't snort it, I think they drank it, and then they'd put it on your tooth to deaden it, and they'd pull teeth with it.
Yeah.
Most of your fucking dentists got addicted to cocaine. And they would carry, and it was an uncontrolled, cheap item you could just go and buy.
It wasn't illegal. And
they said fucking Doc Holliday would sit there fucking gambling, and he'd have fucking his wine and whiskey would come, and he'd take whole fucking spoonfuls of that cocaine. He kept a whole fucking square jar of Coke with him, and he'd put it in his fucking drink, and he'd drink all night with a big old thing of cocaine. Fastest gun in the West for a reason. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just picturing Al Pacino with like a huge pile of cocaine.
He just didn't think anything of it.
From Scarface.
They didn't really think anything of it. But he'd carry a big fucking jar of Coke with him.
I kind of feel like that was probably pretty common.
Yeah.
So people it's funny to me because people that piss and moan about, kids these days doing this, that, and the other thing.
It's worse.
And it's like, they clearly don't know anything about
and then
what the old days were like.
Another thing that they would fuck up in those old West movies is that they'd be in there gambling and drinking and shit, and then they'd have fucking whores in there. No. Women were not allowed in saloons.
No.
And they weren't allowed, I don't even think they were allowed in casinos either.
No, women weren't allowed a lot of places.
No,
back then
they had hookers, but they were next door.
It was in the brothel, which was usually next door to the saloon.
And the brothel was a parlor
for obvious reasons.
The brothel was called a parlor, which was a hotel and a downstairs. And the downstairs you could hang out in there and talk to the girls, and then you go upstairs with one of them. That shit there was fucked up too, because most of those girls were slaves.
Mm-hmm.
They were indentured servants.
Yep.
And they got tricked into it.
Yep.
And they were in all this debt. And
there was a lot of that going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of that shit going on.
So a lot of those women did not choose that. Well, much like nowadays, a lot of women don't choose it. But
well, they were coming from out east, out in New York and the big cities. There was a fucking horrible living conditions out there, and they had no future. And they were offered these jobs through the fucking mail. Hey, fucking come. And they would get them to spend money, or they'd house them, and they'd pretend like they're training them. They thought they were going to be waitresses or fucking librarians or whatever. And then they go, oh, by the way, you've been here 3 days, so you owe us fucking $40. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, that's what the room costs and the boarding and everything. Okay, this job is out in California, you're going to go to a brothel. Yeah. Oh, hell no. Oh, no. Well, then we're going to sue you for this money. Yeah. And you see, back in those days, they had fucking debtors' prisons.
Yep.
Where if you owed money, you could go to prison.
Yep.
So they fucking get them that way. And this is, you're going to come work in this brothel and pay this debt off. And under contract. It's going to take you 5 years to pay it off. And then they get down there, and then they're fucking drinking, and then the fucking brothel's charging them for room and board and everything that they're eating. And then so there is never any getting out of it. Yeah. You're going to be in there until they kick you out.
Like I said, it's indentured servitude.
That's
what it is.
Those girls were released from bondage when they no longer were able to sell pussy. If the money would dry up, they go, okay, you're too old. Dudes don't want you. Okay. Fuck out.
Get out of here. Bye.
Get the fuck out of here. And then that's how they got freed. You're taking up space, and they put a young girl or a younger girl in there. It was,
they didn't give a fuck what happened to you.
Nope. And then those girls would go down the river to a lower end brothel because they couldn't make it. Now they couldn't get married.
Because it's like, what are they going to do now?
Yeah, and then they would go from the low end brothel. They get kicked out of that one eventually, and then they'd be on the streets in back alleys trying to sell it.
Yeah.
I read testimonies of people that were trying to figure out what was happening to these girls back then. Back in the 1800s, they kind of had like I won't call them social workers. They were more like reporters.
Yeah, they were kind of like interested in what was going on.
Yeah, what was going on. Most of them girls were dead within 8 years. They didn't live long.
Doubt it.
And they died of fucking drug addiction, alcoholism, and venereal diseases.
Yep.
They lasted about 8 years.
It's horrible.
Now, some of them lasted a long, long time and became madams. But the average one was about 8 years.
Yeah, I mean, that was unusual. Because like you said, most of them got suckered into it.
Yeah, most of them suckered into it.
Because they're like, hey, come out west, there's all these jobs out here.
Yeah.
And they didn't have anything going on where they were, so they're like, okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah, sounds good. And then
they get like,
take the train ticket, we're going to have an interview, we're going to move you somewhere, and then you wait 3 days for the interview, and then by the time you get to the interview, you owe them all kinds of money.
Yeah.
Because they paid your train, they paid your fucking...
That, yeah.
Right. They paid your room and board for the 3 or 4 days.
We're going to pimp you out, by the way.
So then, yeah, by the way, you're going to go fucking sell pussy.
Yeah.
So they were slaves.
Mm-hmm.
And they were doing the same shit to the railroad workers.
Very common.
Now, because of all this fucking shit that these companies were doing, they were scamming people. That got associated with capitalism, which gave rise to dudes like Karl Marx talking about fucking communism. Yeah. Capitalism left unchecked, especially back then, was a fucking bad thing. They'd fucking run right through you. But I think Joseph Stalin fucking proved that communism was fucking shit too. Once the state sees you as a hungry mouth to feed, and that your death is more in the state's interest than your life, then yeah. Because as soon as the communists got in charge of Russia, the first thing they did is just start killing millions of their own people because they couldn't feed them. You know. So there's no way out of it. What made the world of today better than the old world didn't have anything to do with governments or laws. It had to do with technology. Technology freed people. Now the internet, which is technology, is now allowing people to have pretty much freedom of information. You can find out anything now. And governments can't lie to you anymore. They can't use their so-called free media. Like in the United States, you know, I mean, we have this fucking corporate, or NBC, ABC, CNN, CBC, Fox News. They pretend that those are free media outlets and that they're there to provide accurate information to you. They're not. They're government propaganda outlets. Some of them owned by Democrats, some of them controlled by Republicans. You're never going to get any kind of free or accurate information out of any of those. It's always going to be slanted. But the internet allows you to pick through it, and you can just see somebody's cell phone data, video somebody with a cell phone took fucking pictures of. And now you can talk about it with other people that live there and all in the comment sections, so you can see what actually happened without having some talking head announcer owned by some corporation, without him telling you what it is you saw. It's the fucking greatest thing ever. And all the great things that all the great things and all the bad things that are happening right now to all of us has more to do with technology. Technology is saving us. And is destroying old governments too. Out with the old, in with the new. But anytime you're dealing with fucking any kind of large, powerful, and this is my experience with the U.S. Army and fucking working with federal government, the U.S. federal government. Anytime you're dealing with it, also hanging out in Boston and seeing the Ivy League universities, how they were. Anytime you're talking about these big, old, rich institutions, you're talking about fucking corruption. Because everything they tell you has to do from their point of view, and what they want you to know what is in. They want you to know only what is an advantage for them. I don't trust any of these big institutions, especially if they're old. They're all corrupt by now.
Klaus is having some problems.
What's Klaus talking about?
I'm not sure exactly.
Is he glitching out? Klaus, bro.
He's drunk. He keeps saying, I love you. We love you too.
Okay. Yeah, but no, we love you, Klaus. Drunk ass fucking
drunk,
Viking.
okay.
He's a drunk ass Viking.
Oh my god. Tiny says, I'll help you. Come to Butthead. Oh my god, that's funny. I mean, I guess he says, I am the liquor. Wow, that's profound. That's profound. I'm drunk too, but I'm not trying to type anything in my defense, so it's like I'm not really sure if I could type anything, but we'll see. I think I'm still talking okay. I walked to the other room and walked in there and did everything without knocking anything over, so that's a win. In my opinion. Hey Pookie, what you doing? Pookie likes to come in and see when we're talking to the lights. What are you doing? You know, did I tell you guys this? Like, she started doing this like a few months ago. Like, she'll get up in your lap, or she'll sit on your chest. Like, if you're laying down in bed, like, she'll come up and sit on your chest. She wants you to scratch her back right in front of her tail, like right by her butt. And so, like, you scratch and scratch and scratch, and then, like, you have to put your hand in front of her mouth so she can lick your hand. And she will do that for ages. Like, you sit there and scratch her butt, and then she just, like, licks. Yeah. She'll just, like, lick your hand. And she'll do that, like, forever. It's, like, so fucking funny. I don't understand, like, why. It almost seems like a weird, like, automatic thing. Like, 'cause as soon as you start scratching her butt, she starts licking your hand or your arm or your leg or the chair that you're sitting on or whatever. She just starts licking something.
Fucking Klaus. Klaus, you're not making any sense, man.
No, he's not.
How old are you, Klaus? I never did ask you.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, how old are you? Are you drinking by yourself, or you got somebody with you, or what time is it where you are?
I thought Tanya said she was in the same house as him, because
Tanya's in the same house.
Because Zach said, go to Klaus's house so you can hold his hair back while he throws up. And then she said something about being in the same house, but I don't know if she was kidding or not. Yeah. It was a while back. I just kind of saw it. Zach says, those ice cubes make it look like you have eyeballs in your drink. Wait, really? Let me see.
I went to Tanya's.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
I went to Tanya's page.
Oh, he's stalking.
I could see Tanya's face. 4 of them in like a little clock.
Let me see.
You want to see?
Let me see. I want to stalk you, too.
Yeah. She's a cute young white chick. You'd love her, Jen. You'd love it, Jen.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at.
Don't tempt me.
She's cute.
Oh, okay.
She's cute. Yeah.
All right, I see it.
She's cute.
I see it.
You can come visit.
You're allowed. Not everybody.
I had to fucking restrain Jen to keep her hands off you.
I mean, you might.
She's bad. She's not bad, though.
I'm not that
bad. She's not bad.
Heaven's sakes.
She's not bad.
You make it sound like I'm like some kind of predator.
She's legendary at the club, though. She's legendary.
I don't
look. Every time we turn around, she's making out with some hot chick and fucking.
I don't start the shit.
No, they do it. They come up and make out with her.
I don't start the shit.
Yeah, fucking one time, my friend's girlfriend or hooker fucking started making out with her, and he got mad. He said, and I said, what's the problem? What's the problem? No, man, leave it. Yeah. Fucking Scott.
Why do you get mad though?
Scott got
He's
upset.
always fighting with her. I don't get that.
Yeah, fuck Scott.
I mean.
Yeah.
He's got a longtime girlfriend.
Klaus said Tanya is not that hot. You know Tanya, Klaus? Are you in the same house?
Rude.
He says, I'm not kidding. We live together. Oh, I didn't know y'all live together.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I wasn't that's what I thought the implication was.
She said she's not that hot. Man,
but I wasn't.
Stop that shit.
Oh my God, if you said anything like that about me, I'd hit you right in the mouth.
They may not be a couple. I don't know. They may not be. Maybe they're just friends.
If you said that, especially if you said that on the show, I'd be like, "Pap."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you would have it coming.
They're in there laughing.
But yeah, so the thing about it is that, so our friend Scott is like, he has a girlfriend. Are they married?
Huh?
Are they married, him and Sam?
I think
she comes out sometimes. She's super cool.
They've been together ever.
They've been together a long time, and she doesn't care.
Yeah.
So he just she comes out of the club every now and then, once every couple of months or something.
Yeah.
She was out a couple weeks ago, but he usually brings someone he hired. But for a long time, he's been bringing out this girl. Yeah. That she's not like an escort exactly, but she's like a sugar baby.
She's not professional
to him.
Yeah, she's not professional.
And so, but she's super cool. Like, she's really nice.
Scott knows her husband.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing. So her husband kind of this is some weird fucking people.
But they fight all the time, and it's so weird to me because
he's got feelings for her.
Well, yeah, it's got to be that.
He's got feelings
because here's the thing. I'm like, to me, thinking this, I'm not going to say this to anybody's face because, look, everybody's got their own shit going on. But I'm like, look, you have a girlfriend / wife at home.
Yeah.
You are allowed to hire
escorts and sugar babies.
Escorts, and he's brought escorts before.
Yeah.
To the club, like I said, for the last several months, he's been bringing the same girl.
He differentiates between escorts and sugar babies.
It's kind of two different things, I guess. It's similar, but it's not really the same thing.
Yeah.
So he's been bringing her for a while, but
escorts go with anybody.
He brought escorts before, a different one, everything.
Yeah. So I think a sugar baby's more exclusive.
Yeah.
She's just your sugar baby. So
that's kind of what this is going on. Because I don't think she had any other clients.
Just him.
Just him. Yeah. That was I think she had another job too, but that was some money on the side. So, so he'd been bringing her for a while. So I was like, so you're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend / wife allows you to do that. Going out to the club on Saturday night, leaving her home, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And somehow, me talking to that girl and making out with her a little bit, and not I don't even think I initiated it. Did I?
I don't know.
I don't usually initiate things. I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah.
I mean, I get drunk and get a little bit more aggressive, but not that aggressive. I'm not that I would predatory or anything. Yeah. So it's it's usually a mutual. It's hey, you know what I mean? And so, and he got mad.
Yeah.
He got mad.
So Klaus, is Tanya your girlfriend? Y'all live together. Maybe they just
Klaus
friends.
says we're weird.
Yeah, he said they're weird, but they didn't. He didn't really specify what the relationship is.
Because, like I said, if you said something like that about me, I would hit you.
Up in Norway. Up in Norway with some weird ass relationships. Living together with just your buddy. Which I did that. I've done that. I've lived together with just friends.
It happens.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like, well, I have male friends that I have absolutely no sexual interest in. And Tom has female friends that I don't think he has sexual interest in.
No, they're a thing. That's his girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, man, now I'm really mad.
Yeah. So
I'm mad on her behalf.
So I said, your girlfriend look hot, and you're going, she's not that hot. It's like, damn, dude, you're gonna be on restriction.
Yeah, somebody's gonna hit you.
You're gonna be in trouble.
Like I said, if Tom said that to me, if you said that like right now,
yeah,
oh my God.
Well, you're not that hot.
Pap.
Yeah. it's that Scandinavian mentality. See, it's that Scandinavian. Tanya's gonna fuck you up.
Even if you thought that, you don't say it out loud. Those are inside thoughts, as they say in kindergarten. You can think a lot of shit, but everything doesn't have to come out your mouth. But I know, like, when you're drunk, like, yeah, shit comes out your mouth that maybe you're not intending, but...
She's like, fuck that motherfucker.
Oh, my God. Like I said, if you said some shit like that, oh, my God, I'd be so mad.
That bitch is drunk.
I'm like, you're sleeping on the couch, bitch.
That bitch is drunk.
I wouldn't talk to you for, like, 3 days if you said something like that.
That bitch is drunk.
Yeah, but I don't know.
He's going, oh my God, Tom. Wait. He says yes, but then she goes, she's my best friend. She's my best friend. He said, yeah, okay.
This bitch is my best friend too.
Yeah.
But like I said.
Yeah, but she's your best friend.
He better not say.
Are you hitting? Are you hitting? Is it a thing?
And if you say bad shit about me, I'm gonna get upset.
Because I had best friend females. I still got like best friend females. I'm not hidden. And it's funny because like one of my best friend females, her name is Tanya. Tanya Fournier.
Not with a J, but with a
yeah. And I'm not hidden. Never did hit. But we were like good buddies. She was married to a goth artist named fucking Voltaire for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. She worked for Chanel.
Yeah, a while back. Yeah.
This is a gorgeous Chanel.
She seems cool. I've never met her, but
yeah, she wants to come down. She wanted to come down and meet one of these days. But she's always with these dudes who are like 20 years younger than her. Because she's about 50 by now. You look at her, she doesn't look 50. She's like about 30.
We're aging pretty good, us old goths.
Yeah.
Because we stayed out of the sun.
Yeah.
That's kind of the secret.
I don't think I have any pictures of her, though. Let me see.
Well, like I said, I think that was one of the things that was a green flag about you, is that you had a lot of female friends that you were not sleeping with and didn't really seem to have much interest in sleeping with. Not because you didn't think they were hot, because you thought they were hot, but it's like, it wasn't really...
That wasn't the relationship that
I had. It's like, it wasn't the relationship you have with them. They're like, they're just a cool person. It's like, yeah, they're hot, but it's like, Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool, because a lot of dudes don't have that.
I guess so.
A lot of dudes can't have just a normal ass friendship with a woman who's hot and not want to sleep with her.
That's Tanya. That's who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I've known her going back to the 90s.
Like I said, I've never met her, but she seems super cool.
Let me see if I can find it. That's her now. And she's got 2 kids. Let me see if I can find a picture of her. And look, she goes out with these young fucking dudes. That fucking witch. Look at that. She's a succubus.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find like.
We gotta corrupt the youth.
Yeah, she's corrupting the youth.
That's what us old bitches do.
Yeah. I wanna see if she's got any pictures of her.
Oh my
like
goodness.
From the fucking 90s.
Klaus says, I'm very hot. I'm so hot. Are you really, Klaus? Let's see. Put your money where your mouth. I mean,
I don't know. I want to try to find a picture of Tanya from the 90s back when I was hanging out with her. She looked like...
Klaus keeps saying you guys are awesome.
Thank you, yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Klaus.
I mean, I like to think we're awesome. I would never say that about myself. Because I'm much too humble, but...
This bitch has so many pictures. Let's see if she was some old pictures.
Some people take a lot of pictures of themselves.
Yeah.
I haven't taken like a selfie in a long time.
Okay, she's got one called Albums. Maybe.
And it's weird because it's like sometimes it's like we're going out to the club or something. Like, man, I look good, but it's like I never think to take a picture. I just don't. And I don't take my phone into the club. I just always leave it in the trunk. I should probably start taking it, but I'm always afraid I'm gonna leave it. You know, that's why I don't take it. I don't like to carry shit. Because Tom was like, well, we should probably, like, take a phone or something like that. And we could take some video. Because our friend, Charisse, like, because she took that really good picture of us that Tom is using as his profile picture on Facebook now. And on Instagram, too, I think.
That was Tanya in the 90s, and I was hanging out with her.
Yeah. But we never take any pictures. We never take any pictures or video or nothing. And it's like, we probably should. I just never think about it.
Yeah.
I'm always too busy drinking, talking to people, dancing. I don't know. I'd never bring a phone with me.
It's a 90s picture of fucking Tanya. She was the fun club girl.
Yeah, I mean...
You'd like her. She's hilarious.
I mean, I'm sure. Like I said, I don't know her, but it's like what you told me about her. Like, sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can hang out.
That was also during that time.
I could hang.
Can't really see.
But see, like I said, I didn't know about that, about her at the time that I met you.
Yeah.
But I did know about you and Sonia.
Yeah.
And you and Sonia used to hang out all the time, but you guys weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. You didn't really seem to have any interest in her as a girlfriend. But you hung out with her. She was like a buddy.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, I thought that was kind of cool because a lot of dudes can't just be friends with hot women just not want to sleep with them.
That's Sonia. That's who she's talking about.
Yeah. So, like I said, that was a big green flag because I'm like, a lot of dudes can't do that for some reason. You know, they're always trying to like scam. Hey, I'll be friends with you for a while, but it's like because I've met my share of dudes like that. So
Sonia's fucking cool though. Fucking, you know,
she is cool, yeah.
She's cool. She was kind of, you know, she's a fucking trip. That's what she looks like now. That's a recent photo of Sonia.
Yeah, she has blonde hair now.
She's almost my age. She's like maybe 54.
Which kind of blows my mind.
She's probably like 54. You wouldn't know by looking at her.
She's older than me.
Yeah.
But she's younger than you.
She was on a Wamscut album cover.
Yeah, we showed that last time.
Yeah, I showed it last time.
But,
she also was messing around with Peter Murphy, singer in Bauhaus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she say.
Yeah, that was definitely going on. She had photos.
Yeah. Which is funny.
Yeah.
Peter Murphy has been married.
Yeah, he was married
since 1986.
Yeah.
I'm not a fangirl or anything, but his wife's name is Behan. She's Turkish. She was the choreographer on the video for Final Solution, which came out in 1986.
Yeah.
Which was not a song that he wrote. It was a cover. Wait, it was Final Solution? I think it was a Perubu song. And it was kind of a cool video. It was a lot of ballet sort of dancing in it. And I guess like she choreographed it, and he met her on that, and they've been married since then. They have a couple, one kid or two kids.
I don't know.
They have a daughter. I know that.
I didn't like
the daughter. Is actually quite beautiful. Looks pretty much like both of them because his wife is quite beautiful also.
I like Murphy's music. I don't like him. I think he's a fucking douchebag.
He kind of seems like a
dick.
Crackhead. He was nicer. I've seen him live a bunch of times. And Peter Murphy, to me, seems like someone who... He's very concerned about his image. He wanted to be Bowie, and he's not.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of bothers him to an extent. Like, it might not anymore. Like, he's an old man now. But, like, I saw him a bunch of times going back to... I think the first time I saw him was 1990. And I saw him pretty much every year, every couple years subsequently. And me and Tom have seen him a couple of times together. He has a giant ego.
Yeah.
And... Like I said, I kind of feel like he always wanted to be more than he was. but he couldn't just be happy with, because he's a fucking, in the goth scene, he's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just like, he couldn't just be happy with that. He wanted to be, because like when that one album came out a couple years back, and remember I played it for you and you were just like, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to his new one. He has a new one out called Silver Shade. And I haven't listened to it yet. I'm gonna. But I'm kind of scared too. But the one that before that he put out, it was very, very commercial. And I was just kind of like, this is... And I think it was like the same producer as like old school, like John Cougar Mellencamp kind of shit. And I was just kind of like, he wanted to be as famous as Bowie.
Yeah. This is who she's talking about.
That's just not gonna happen.
That's Peter Murphy.
Like, yeah, and
All
he's
right.
fucking rad. Like, his old shit, like Bauhaus is fucking awesome. His early albums, awesome.
Yeah. Peter in his heyday, he was the fucking shit, man.
He's beautiful.
He started getting off into fucking drugs and he fucked himself up and he did not age as well as Bowie did.
No.
I mean, this is what you're dealing with.
Sadly.
This is what he's like now. No.
Which, you know,
And he's
that's
on
not too bad.
He's on a shit ton of fucking meth. Motherfucker's getting in trouble. This was another fucking. This is when he was super gothed out. This was like a.
That was from
early 90s.
That was 92.
Yeah, early 90s.
That was from the Holy Smoke album.
Yeah.
That was the inside of that.
He was very cool goth dude from the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, that was probably 85.
Yeah.
Right there. Maybe earlier.
And the goth chicks were fucking so into that.
Oh my god, super hot.
Yeah, and yeah, I gotta say, man, dude was fucking hot, and his music was fucking great.
Oh yeah.
His music was fucking great, and he's still good.
Yeah.
He's very good live. He's still good. I'm gonna hand him that. The dude is very good live.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome.
But drugs fucked him up.
I know, sadly.
Sadly, drugs fucked him up, and he kind of lost his mind. He was a really good lyricist. He could write some badass fucking lyrics, and he could deliver them. But it just...
And that fucking look, man. That... I'm
drug
gonna
addiction
say
got him.
the videos that Bauhaus did for their cover of Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah.
2, their song Mask from 1982.
Look at the dude motherfucker's cheekbones.
I know,
Look
right?
at that bitch. God.
And that's natural. That's just what he looked like.
Yeah.
Bitch just looked like that.
Bitch was a good looking dude.
He was just a good looking fucking dude.
And he could sing, and he could
And he
write
could fucking
fucking
sing.
great lyrics. He was he was excellent. Now, he was not a master lyricist on the level of, say, fucking Steve Morrissey. He wasn't as fucking good as Steve Morrissey, but he was fucking good. Real good lyrics. And it went to his head, man, and he started getting involved in drugs, and he fucking lost his edge. He could regain it, but he'd have to fucking go into training.
Because I will argue that a lot of his solo shit was really good too.
Yeah. He's
Up until like his first album, a little rudimentary, but still good. There was some good songs on it. The first album that he did solo was called "Should the World Fail to Fall Apart." That was that came out in '86. Then Love Hysteria came out in '88, and that was fucking brilliant. That's a great album still.
Yeah.
Deep came out in 1990, fucking fantastic. It's so on the college charts. That was like on the top for like months and months and months, maybe a year. Like that was right when I first saw him. I was old enough to like go see him then. That was when I graduated from high school. I saw him in St. Petersburg in 1990 on that tour, and he still had the white blonde hair, and he still like with the leather pants, and he still looked like super hot. And I was in the front fucking row. It was fucking awesome. As time went on, like, he did one in 92 called Holy Smoke, which was still pretty good. Not as good as Deep or Love Hysteria.
It was still had good
but okay, like, there was a lot of good songs on it. And he still looked super hot. And then 1995, he did one called Cascade, which was also really good. And I saw him on that tour also. And still fantastic. as time went on, he did one called what was the name of that album that he did? It was very quote unquote world music. Like I said, he lives in Turkey. His wife is Turkish, and he lives in Ankara, or he did at the time. He might still. I'm not really sure, but he lived in Ankara for a very long time. And so he did an album called Dust, and it was very, very Turkish because he worked with a lot of Turkish musicians, and so it was very quote-unquote world music sounding. And when I first heard it, I was kind of like, I'm not sure. Like, it was kind of different to what he had done before, but I kind of liked it more the more I listened to it. Like, I got more into it, like, later. And then a couple years later, he did an album. What the fuck was the name of that? And I can't remember. I have it, but I can't remember the name of it. But he did another one later, and you could tell that he was really trying to go more pop, like he was trying to be more mainstream, and it really didn't work. It really didn't work. I was just kind of like, look, goths love you. Please embrace it. I don't really understand this thing about, like, because Andrew Eldritch was kind of the same. It's just like you have this huge built-in audience who love you and will buy anything that you put out. And they just want to shit on that. I don't really get that. Because it's like, oh, I'm too cool for... I'm not goth, as Andrew Eldritch says.
Now she's getting on to Andrew Eldritch.
No, I'm just like, well, I'm just saying it's kind of a similar thing. And it's just like, no, I want mainstream acceptance. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, it's the same kind of thing as people that are in horror movies. They're just like, no, I want to do mainstream movies. But bitch, just do horror movies. Everybody loves you. You will have a career forever. If you're in mainstream movies, people will forget about you after like 5 years. Like, there'll be some younger one that comes along and everyone will forget. But it's like, if you're in horror movies, people will remember you for fucking ever.
That's what she's talking about.
Forever.
That's Andrew Eldritch.
Yeah.
He was the lead singer to the Sisters of Mercy.
Okay. That was another one that fucking had
Just
huge...
be niche.
Yeah. He had a huge built-in
I know you
audience.
don't make as much money, but
Yeah.
that's what you're good at.
Yeah. This is back in the day now. This is 80s.
That's what you're good at. Realize that. I'm just saying.
Andrew wanted to be fucking Mick Jagger.
He didn't want to be a goth fucking rock star. He wanted to be a mainstream
But he looked
rock
like
star.
that.
But he looked like that, and that
And
was
he
not...
wrote music that sounded
Yeah.
goth as fuck.
Yeah. Especially the first...
Embrace it.
The early Sisters of Mercy stuff up into the First and Last and Always album, which is their first mainstream big album. They had EPs before that and demos and shit, but First and Last and Always is actually the best album. I said this shit earlier. Said that fucking really, when you talk about best bands and best this and that, fuck all that. What is the best album? First and Last and Always, Sisters of Mercy.
I mean, every song on that is good.
Every song on that is great. It's got its own fuck. And I said that. I said that's actually the best album. That's better than Dark Side of the Moon. I'm pretty above that.
Yeah, I mean...
Which that's a great album.
I mean, they're on par, I think. Dark Side of the Moon is also great.
Well, anyway, I said that shit, and fucking we had listeners fucking come back and listen to that album, and they go, "Dude, you're right. I can't stop playing that album." That is
Although
fucking...
I would argue...
And they're not even goth. They're like, that shit is goth as fuck, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
I would argue the best album is Joy Division Closer.
That's right there. Yeah, Closer and First and Last and Always are fucking real close.
That's
Closer,
that's a whole emotional journey.
It's very similar. Closer is very haunting.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a
Yeah.
whole... I mean, it depends on the type of person you are, I guess.
Closer is a more crude, more primitive album, but it's very
not compared
fucking
to their
ominous.
older shit.
Right.
Not compared to their
That's
older
true.
shit. The thing I love about Closer is that just it has this huge, wintry... It feels like it was recorded
in winter.
In a wintry
Yeah.
forest in the middle of nowhere. Like, it kind of gives you that vibe.
Yeah.
Like, when you listen to it. And I feel that still, like,
Yeah.
every time I listen to that album. And every song on that is fucking good.
Yeah, that's the album. It's just called Closer. And it's got a funeral statue.
If someone put a gun to my head and asked me to pick my favorite album of all time, it'd probably be that one. Although, There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of competition for that. But if I had to pick one, that would probably be that.
It's a very spooky, ominous album.
It has a feeling.
It's very
It's
stark and dry.
It's a hard feeling to describe.
When you hear it, you understand it.
But when you hear it, like, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Like I said, it's one of those albums, and I read this, like, back in the 90s. Somebody said, you need to put that album on with, like, no other sensory stimulation.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be, like, a completely black room, like, no other sound or nothing like that. And that's kind of the ideal way to experience that album. You don't, I mean, you could be on drugs if you wanted to. That would probably make it better.
Yeah,
But
the album cover is a picture of that statue. It's a bunch of mourning people, the people mourning over the body. There's a statue of it. It's from Savannah, Georgia, which is one of the most beautiful cemeteries in the world. Is in Savannah, Georgia, and most of the cemetery looks like that. Only rich people buried there.
The crazy thing about that album is that, and I think one of the things that always brings me back to it, is that it was made by a bunch of essentially kids. You know, they were 18, 19, 20. And it feels timeless. It feels epic. It feels out of time, almost. You know what I mean? It feels like outside of time.
Actually, I was wrong. That does not come from Savannah, Georgia. That's actually from Genoa, Italy. But the Savannah, Georgia one looks
kind of like
exactly
that. Well, that was a very similar thing.
It's very similar, yeah.
But yeah, that whole album to me just sounds completely outside of time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not tied to one era. It's not. You listen to that and it's just kind of like, I don't know. Maybe people that didn't grow up in that time period would see it as like, oh, that's obviously the 80s. But it's like, to me, I mean, it's early 80s. It was 1980 when that came out. But it doesn't sound tied to any particular era to me. You know what I mean? And they sounded so old.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Because they were kids.
Tanya says, Klaus,
when they made that.
Tanya says, Klaus, I'm out. So Tanya leaving? Okay, Tanya. She might be mad.
I mean, I would be mad too. If,
no,
like
don't. You're planting seeds. Stop planting seeds.
They're gonna fight later.
They're gonna fight now. He's just drunk.
Fulman on Nosferatu says, Jenny, are you familiar with a singer called named David Sylvian? Yes, I am. I think he was early new wave. He was one of the time going to sing for King Crimson. It never happened. He did an album with Robert Fripp. Yes, I don't know a huge amount about him.
Klaus is signing out too. All right, Klaus, you have a good one. I love you, bro.
You guys don't fight. I know you're probably. I mean, Klaus at least is very drunk. I'm not sure about Tanya. Because he's like, I'm looking at the shit that he's posting, and it's just kind of like, okay.
I can't understand what he's saying.
I mean, I kind of, I got the gist. He's like, gotta sleep. Yeah, I know that feeling. Please go get some sleep. It's like, you guys, and don't fight later, because I know he said some fucked up shit earlier.
Oh, now you're trying to get him to fight.
What he did. Oh, we got another super chat.
Who's that from?
Wait a minute,
It's
I can't
404.
see. Oh, that's
God Store.
That's Stu.
Yeah.
Yay, my favorites. How are y'all doing? I joined late. I was busy doing shit, and I went to the market. It's club tomorrow. Yes, we are going to the club tomorrow. Yeah. Why don't you? Can you come with us, or he could come with us
if he's around.
Do you work on Saturday nights? I mean, you could come with us. It's super fun. Mm-hmm. Like, it's old people. Like, well, not all of them are old people.
I don't know if you can pay the tab.
It's $10 to get in.
It's $10 to get in, but he's gonna spend fucking $60-$70.
Well, we usually end up spending our tab at the end of the night for 2 people drinking is usually like
we spend almost $200 sometimes.
Yeah. Well, that one time we did spend $200 because we erroneously were like, hey, let's get some of these espresso martinis. Those are really good. We didn't ask how much they were.
Bitch was almost $20 each.
They're like $14, $15 each. And like we drank because a friend of ours had them, and I'm like, oh my god, those are delicious. Let's get some of those, because we were kind of drunk at that point, and it's like we just drank them. We didn't ask how much they were.
So he works Saturdays.
Oh shit.
And he's on his second job, right?
Yeah, I don't.
That bitch works for a living, man.
Well, I do too.
Yeah,
but
we work from home. Yeah.
and I just work in hard all week. So I'm just like, weekend comes, I turn all my shit off. I'm like,
what time is it right now?
Don't fucking bother me.
Okay, it's
It's early. It's like not even. It's not even 10.
My tablet opens up in an hour and a half. Those bitches kept fucking giving the wrong password.
They were trying to get to your porn, Tom.
Yeah, it had to have been. How many times do you have to enter in a bad password in order to get shut out?
It depends. I think it's usually
For 6
three.
hours?
It's 3 times or 5 times.
Yeah, for 6 hours.
Depends on the thing.
Damn.
Oh, they were trying. They were
They were trying to get in there.
They were trying to get in there.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Like, if they just were able to open your shit,
Yeah.
did they see the screen? Like
That's
where
all
your
they can
where
see
your
is the
video
screen.
was?
All they can see is this.
Okay, so
No, they can only see this. That's all they can see.
which okay, but
They
like
can't
they
get
saw
beyond
that, and then they were kind of like, oh,
Well, there must be some good shit
There's
in there.
more of that.
Yeah, they couldn't.
Probably.
They couldn't get past that.
Okay, because that's what like.
Now it just repeats.
So let me see. Can I see? Because I don't actually know what all is.
It's just that.
It's just that. So you can kind of see a nipple.
You kind of know what's going on. That's all you can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not.
You
Like
can't see a
all that.
nipple.
I mean, sort of.
No.
Well, I know. I remember.
You know what it is.
Filming that.
The
video.
person who doesn't know what it is, they don't know what that is.
So there's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says I do work hard, man. If it wasn't for that, I would join y'all for the club. Yeah, that would be super fun. We would like to take you one time. I know you're a lot younger than we are, and like I said, it's older people, but
He'd probably be bored.
I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah.
It's super fun. Like younger people go there too.
Yeah.
It's not like a bunch of old dudes. You know, if you like '80s music,
It is a bunch of old dudes.
yeah. But man, the old dudes get fucking crazy,
Yeah.
and not like in a lame way. Because I've been places where old
Yeah.
dudes. The place where we went,
It's a lot of Gen X.
yeah. The place where we went to, where Abyss was being held,
Yeah.
before Abyss opened at 10. We got there like an hour early. That is what I'm kind of scared of. Because it's like, those people are probably our age, but it's like not the same. It's not the same. They were all there like watching a band, and the band was called High Energy. What is it with boomer cover bands? They always have generic ass names like that. High Energy. That was their
I
name.
don't know.
And it's just a cover band. They do fucking what?
I was just seeing how much you had in there.
Oh, not much. You gonna give me some more?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's Friday, bitch. It's Friday. He says I'm 29, and I love fucking metal and 80s. I would get crazy. Good. Eventually, I try to go with yeah. Yeah, you should, because I don't know. Like I said, I'm not 29 anymore, obviously. So it's just like I don't really know how it comes across, but Saturday nights at Barbarella has always been just super fun to me. You know? It's like 80s music. He doesn't play like cheesy ass 80s. He usually plays like new wavy kind of 80s, kind of obscure shit sometimes. And the crowd that goes there, a lot of them are our age, some of them are slightly younger, but they all kind of know each other, and it's a good scene. You know what I mean? It's very, I don't know, it's just very chill. It's just real cool. I always like that much better than, like I said, we get a mannequin sometimes, but that's kind of more of a wild card. You don't really know what's gonna show up. Like, I know Tom likes that better. And I think, okay, so I was on social media earlier today because we had no internet. So I was just like on my phone, like scrolling because I was bored. So I was like scrolling through social media on my phone. And Tina, who is the wife of the DJ at Mannequins, was saying something about, you know, a dress code isn't the solution that you think it is. Because a lot of goth people when they have a goth night, they're like, can we please have a dress code to keep all of these losers out of here because they bother us, you know what I mean? Which I get. And in some situations, I'm kind of an advocate of that. But she was just kind of like, well, it's not the solution you think it is. And some people were kind of like, you know, arguing pro and con. The thing about mannequins is that they have security guards. They do search everybody before they come in, which is good, but they still kind of just let anybody in there, which it's better than it used to be. They do have better security than they did have, but I don't know. Like I said, Tom kind of likes that better because it's kind of like, oh, well, you never know what's going to happen. I might get in a fight. I might get in a, you know. And I was like, yeah, well, you know, when I go out at night, I just want to feel safe. I just want to go fucking dance. I don't want to worry about anything. I don't want to have to worry about some rando, like, coming up and, like, molesting me or something like that, which has happened at mannequins many times. And it's like, I'm not a fan of that, obviously. I'm not a fan of, like, some random-ass jock coming up, like, touching my butt, like, for no fucking reason. So it's just kind of like, I don't like it. I don't like having to have that added stress. I have enough stress in my life. I don't really need that piled on. The cool thing about Barbarella is that pretty much 99% of the people that go there have been going there forever. Everybody knows each other. Nothing bad is going to happen. I don't think anything bad has ever happened at that place as long as we've been going there. I don't remember anything bad happening. You know? When it was downtown and they had, like, some randos wandering in, many, many years ago, like, somebody was spiking drinks. I'm pretty sure I know who it was. I'm not gonna say it because I don't know. Allegedly. But I think I know who it was. But other than that, it was, like, pretty chill. Like, because everybody had been going there forever. So it's just kind of like, why would you do that? Why would you fuck it up? You know what I mean? Why would you fuck up the vibe? So nobody did that. You could leave your purse there. Shit, I left my purse there and would go to the bathroom and shit like that. I didn't worry about it. Nobody took it. Nobody did anything. And kind of the same thing, like, every place that Barbarella has gone, I don't take my purse in there because I just don't want to carry anything. But if I did, I would not feel weird at all about just leaving it. No one's gonna. At Barbarella, I wouldn't feel weird about, like, leaving my purse. No one would take it.
Yeah.
No one. I left drinks there and, like, went to the bathroom. Yeah. Like, nobody spiked it. It was fine. It was fine. So it's just kind of like you don't.
The new Barbarellas.
Yeah, you don't worry about it.
The old Barbarellas, no. You get spiked to the old Barbarella.
Well, yeah. Well, that was downtown, though, because every motherfucker, like,
because you had too much walk-in.
Yeah. You had too much walk-in traffic. The place that it is now is not... You do get some normies in there, but it's, like, not... The place that it is during the day is kind of higher end, so you don't get a lot of the riffraff, and you don't have any walk-in traffic because it's not downtown. And it's not in a place where people just walk and be like, hey, a club, and, like, walk in. You have to drive to it. You know what I mean? And park behind it. So you don't get randos wandering in. So I never worry. I don't worry about anything when I'm in there. Like, no one's gonna... And even if somebody did, there would be a bunch of people being like, hey, that's fucked up. And it's like, immediately something would be done about it. So it's like, I don't worry about it.
Full Metal Nosferatu's talking about some camping show that he's recommended. What's the name of the camping show? It's right there.
Have a channel recommendation for y'all. Camping with Steve. Please hear me out. I don't camp or do outdoorsy shit. But his show is fun and entertaining. With how he stealth camps in unusual something. So, okay, we'll check that out. We will check that out.
Camps and unusual, yeah. There's one camping show that I already subscribed to, though.
I was just thinking of that, actually.
Yeah, and it's a Korean girl, South Korea, who who camps and makes videos of it. And it's kind of cool. She kind of reminds me of the girls fucking, you know what I mean? You'd end up with at those fucking brothels in Korea. But they were like that. But she's camping, and I think it's kind of funny how how Koreans camp.
It's fancy camping.
They don't camp the way, say, the way an American would camp. All right. They'll go to a place where it's a special park for camping, and they'll have a raised platform, and you put your tent on that, and they bring all their cooking utensils. So they just make a house.
Yeah.
And they're not even on the ground.
In the U.S., you would call it glamping.
Yeah, glamping, glamorous camping. Although, I'm like, man, that's not really camping. Although sometimes she does do it a little more rustic, where she's actually sleeping on the dirt, on a fucking mat inside a tent, fucking in a sleeping bag. But to me, none of that shit, being ex-infantry, airborne infantry, we lived out of a rucksack. So that shit is just natural. I slept on the ground. We have a thing called a pussy pad or an inflatable mat, and you can put a sleeping bag on it, or you can just wrap yourself up in a nylon blanket. Nowadays they call that shit a whoopee. We didn't call it that. We called it a poncho liner. And the tent we used was just a poncho that you'd wear. You could snap two of them together and put bungee cord on them and stretch them between trees and make a fucking little tent and get underneath it. And you could have a whole hooch set up in there. I got pictures I posted before of us living out of fucking poncho tents. Poncho hooches. There's all stuff you could carry on your back. You could get real comfortable in a certain way, but we had good equipment, and they were supplying us with MREs, and that fucking saves a lot of time because you don't have to fish, hunt, or clean fish. You don't need running water. Without things like MREs, you cannot camp very far from a stream or some kind of running water, or you can't wash anything. People take it for granted that, that fucking you're going to be able to clean things, cleaning like a dish, or cleaning a fucking fish after you fucking gutted it, or any kind of animal after you fucking killed, skinned it, and fucking gutted it. If you don't have any running water, you can't wash any shit. You just got to cook it as it is. And, you're going to have fucking blood all over your hands and fucking stuff. And then you got to clean yourself and fucking wipe your ass and fucking all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? If you don't have running water, it makes it very difficult. So you got to find your ways around that. It might be fucking baby wipes or something. But if you run out of baby wipes, then what are you going to do? You're going to be like it was back in the fucking 1800s, But it's difficult to survive in the wild away from running water, fresh water.
I mean, that's kind of
that's
the
main
thing for, civilization.
Yeah.
I would say.
You hear all this shit about these cavemen, hunting fucking mastodon and fucking running down big elk and shit, and they were drawing pictures of it, cave paintings of what it is they're trying to hunt. I guarantee you that's almost some religious shit. That's why they're drawing it. Because that's a very rare...
Where they're just hoping that will happen.
They're hoping that would happen.
I'm going to draw it, and that will manifest. They're trying to manifest.
Yeah, they're trying to manifest.
As they would say in modern parlance.
Because that's not normally what they were eating. I lived in the fucking wild. What they were probably doing is mostly fishing. Because that's a lot easier. And, which means you need to be near water. And I don't know how... Some of those pictures were Neanderthal. And man, it was fucking cold in fucking the honky motherland when all that was going on. But I would think that most of their protein didn't come from fucking hunting elk and mastodon. It had to have been fish. It's so much easier. You can get a lot more protein for a lot less labor. Because you can make traps, fish traps, in the shallows. You know what I mean? You weave in some fucking lattice works and a door, and you chase them all into a little area up near the bank, and then you close the door and you walk in there and you catch the fish because they won't be able to jump over it, and you're gonna get a lot of free protein that way. So the mastodon shit, that they're hoping for the big game, and it had to have been because it had to have been some religious manly ass shit, dangerous stuff, and kind of irregular, something you did at a certain time of year. Because that's the way the Native Americans were. Most of the shit that they fucking got, they got from fishing. And killing birds with stones. And their women were fucking getting rabbits and stuff, squirrels. And then the men would fucking go hunt bison. But it was more like a religious event. Because it was like macho. And, you kill one bison, you feed everybody. But they only did that certain times of year. And only certain Indians did that, Plains Indians. So, I don't know, just... reason why I'm saying all this is I think humans mostly lived around streams and lakes through ancient times. Because without fresh water, you wouldn't be able to live. Couldn't do much.
So, yeah. Stu was saying, I don't know if you were here when he said he's 29 years old.
Yeah.
He's like, because I'm y'all's friends, I would be two-stepping and vibing cool like y'all.
All right.
But, yeah, and he says he's a goth, too. Okay, so 80s nights at Barbarella. I'm trying to think of, like, what a normal night, like, what they would play. They would generally play... They play a lot of, let's see, Smiths, Cure, New Order, Erasure. He'll play, like, random shit, like... Every now he'll play like Killing Joke or Susie and the Banshees or something like that. Like, he tries not to, because the dude that DJs at the place that used to own Independent Bar / Barbarella down when it was downtown, but is doing the night there. He's been doing this for more than 30 years. And he's really into the shit. And he's real open to, like, suggestions, because we've told him about, like, bands, and he's looked it up and shit like that before. But he knows a lot of real obscure 80s shit, and sometimes he'll play it, like, early in the night. But, I mean, he plays, like, a lot, it's like Depeche Mode, stuff like that. But it's not, sometimes he'll play kind of more 80s stuff, like Madonna or Wham or something like that, but that's not super common. Like, usually it's kind of more new wavy kind of stuff. But it's like, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's just kind of like a whole, you just gotta go. It's like a whole vibe. You just gotta go. And like I said, pretty much everybody there knows each other, or knows each other, like, tangentially. So
Well, hell, though, there's talking about fucking Nazis, that the fucking Nazis invented Fanta. Of course the Nazis invented Fanta.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
But yeah, we were listening to it. He's listening to what I'm saying. Yeah, of course they invented Fanta. That shit is orange. It's like fruit flavored. It's positive. It's natural. See, a lot of people fucking, they don't understand the National Socialist fucking vibe. The old school National Socialist. They were like nature boys. They were into nudism, anti-smoking, animal rights, fruit flavor. They were some fruit flavored motherfuckers. Chocolate, they like that too. And they weren't gonna have. They were anti-capitalist, man. They were fighting the forces of what they call international Judaism and fucking capitalism, okay, and communism. They didn't like that either. The fucking Ernst Röhm and the SA was a fucking men's rights group. That's coded language for that was a gay. They were gays, Fucking the Ernst Röhm, leader of the SS, was a fucking leather daddy, World War I war hero, predatory homosexual, and fucking that night of the long knives, they jumped in there and fucking took pictures of them while they were all fucking each other in the damn fucking having a big orgy and shit at the hotel. And then they ordered Rome to kill himself to fucking save his honor. And Mustache Man was one of them. Mustache Man was in with those guys. So it's just, there's a lot of misunderstandings, They're trying to rewrite history about the way those guys were. They were far weirder than modern people give them credit for. They were the left, but radical and fucking they were.
No,
radical left.
Sorry, no.
Yes, they were radical left.
Sorry,
but they were men's rights, and it was socialism. It was socialism, and they were trying to tear down an old religion and put up a new religion. It was, you see, when you talk about leftism today, you think of like friendly people and kind of feminine or something. But that's not the way the left was in the 1900s with fucking communism, National Socialism, and international socialism. It was a masculine left. And race had a lot to do with it. The Russians were just as racist. Karl Marx, the guy who invented fucking socialism, was Jewish and was anti-Semitic. They were all racist, and he was also anti-black. They were kind of like, you know. So the modern left has nothing to do with the old left. Nothing. They're very different. Jed gets mad because she sees.
So why bring it up?
Because that's just the way it was.
Because you're trying to associate modern left with the way the left was back then, which is not the same. So what's the point of that? I mean, I know what the point of it is, but please tell me.
The point is that right and left don't really mean anything.
They do still. No, but you have to understand the historical context of it. That's all. And I don't understand why you're going off on this direction. This is not fun.
Well, it's not to insult you.
Oh, it is.
No, it is not.
It is.
This is that women always internalize. They think that I'm talking to her. I'm not talking to her. I'm just saying that they were not the right as you would know them today. They're not really even the left as they know them today. The today's fucking concepts of right and left have nothing to do with the way it was in the early 1900s. They're just very different.
Well, I hope you remember that when I get rounded up.
Rounded up by who?
Your people.
My people. Mm-hmm. No. Nothing's going to happen.
We'll see.
No, nothing's going to happen because
You're not going to do anything.
The state has no power. The state is mostly artificial.
We'll see.
Nah, fucking funny.
We'll see. We'll see.
Whatever. It's just silly shit.
We'll see what happens.
None of this actually. We're at the end of a large cycle.
Sure, I see that.
The 1900s and the.
Forgive me for not being all that optimistic.
The future will be tribal.
I don't feel great about that either.
But that's the way most of human history has been.
But that doesn't mean that that's the way it has to be going forward.
It's just the way that it is.
Is not ought. That's a fallacy. I'm not really sure why people think that.
Well, you can't change human nature.
You can.
People are you can't change people. People are just the way that they are.
That's a very defeatist way of looking.
People are self-centered. That's the way it is.
Well, some people are.
No, they all are.
No,
if you're not self-centered,
I'm not.
If you're not self-centered, you're rooted out of the fucking.
Thank you. Oh, Stu gave me.
You get rooted out.
I said, guys, friends, have a wonderful rest of your night. JB, okay if you don't huff and puff. I don't know what he's talking about. All right, but seriously, if you were not working one Saturday night, call us because I think you would. I mean, you're a lot younger than we are. You might like it, but I don't know. You like 80s shit. You like goth shit. You might like it. We'll see. Let's see. The Fanta commercials from years ago. Yeah, it's like everybody was doing that. Well, I think they were trying to rebrand. Well, everybody forgot. Everybody forgot.
Forgot about what?
That Fanta was Nazi associated.
Everything German was Nazi associated, though.
Yeah, Volkswagen was. Because actually, a lot of American companies were like Ford.
Them too, yeah, and also IBM.
That too.
The computers, yeah. Just anything that was in Germany had got swallowed up by the National Socialists.
Yeah.
Everything, all the people too. You couldn't denazify the Germans because every single one of them pretty much was part of the Nazi Party.
Well, they all kind of.
That was just who they were.
I'm gonna say they all kind of bended the knee because they had to, but it's just kind of
there was no choice. It was totalitarian.
You didn't really. Well, like I said, you didn't really have a choice.
No, there was no choice.
So you can't really blame them.
Yeah.
They didn't want to get killed.
But yeah, if you did not join the party, if you didn't listen to the party, then you were a political enemy. You'd be killed.
Yeah, which, not great. Not great. But
But I think it was also a very popular party. It was, that's just.
Or was
how
it?
was.
Well, because people are stupid.
No, they
Yes.
had something to gain from it because
They're stupid and
they were coming
self-serving. Let's put it that way.
You're projecting what you know onto them, and they didn't
Hey,
know
people
what
are still doing this shit nowadays.
They didn't know.
People are no different.
They didn't know about.
They are still stupid, and they are still self-serving.
The average person didn't know about the Holocaust. That's not why they elected them. They didn't elect them for that. That was a secret. Some people knew, but they all didn't know.
Yeah, well.
They didn't know. That's not what they were elected for. But they did revive the economy. Hitler did save Germany, but then he destroyed it in the end, too.
Yep.
And the reason he destroyed it by attacking Soviet Union. You can't win against them. They're just too big. There's too many of them. Yeah. Had he not done that, then probably the Holocaust would have never happened. Because the Holocaust, I think, was one of the things that they did because they were losing. Based on everything that was... And they were going to get swallowed up. They were just... went crazy.
Yeah, they seem like toddlers. They just, lash out when shit's not going their way. That's a toddler mentality.
It was called mass formation psychosis.
It's a childlike mentality.
Mass formation psychosis. And America's going through mass formation psychosis.
No shit.
That's just the way humans are. That's what I'm saying. You cannot stop any of this.
Well, not all humans are like that. I'm not like that.
But the thing is individuals don't matter. Everything has to do with mass psychology. That's what mass psychology is. What pushes the history.
Half of the people are dumbasses. What do you want me to do?
Not a half, 90%. Almost all of them.
No, it's not 90%.
Yeah, all of them.
Well, maybe 70.
It doesn't matter which way. It doesn't matter. Either way you go, you're doomed eventually. You're just going to end up in a different place.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
I don't want to talk about this anymore because I've been drinking and you're set in your ways, and I'm not moralistic. I don't care what's right and wrong. I only care about
I know you don't.
I just don't care.
I do.
You can't save any of this. You can't stop any of this. It's beyond the fucking tipping point.
Well, I know that.
It's gonna go a certain way, and it's gonna go the way it always goes.
I'm just hoping I don't end up someplace that I don't want to end up.
Humans are gonna go the way they're gonna go. The power of the state is very limited. It's not like it was back in the 1900s.
Humans are disappointing.
Yeah, just the way it is.
They have always been disappointing. Do better, humans.
The future is going to look like the past. The future is going to look...
Hopefully not, but let's see.
Because most of human history looks like the past.
Yes, I know that, baby. You don't have to, condescendingly tell me that. I know. But it's just kind of like, look, I wish...
The expectations the West was given...
Shut up. I wish people would do better. Do better. Do better.
You're dealing with...
Easy.
You're dealing with people who, the average IQ is 100. Okay?
Sure, I know everyone's dumbasses. I know.
Yeah, half. And then half of them dumber. Okay? And then you're dealing with culture, race... You
can do better.
Culture, race, and religion. And people are going to...
Yes, also fucked up. Also, get rid of religion.
Never happened.
That helps nobody.
If you get
it helps nobody.
If you look at humanity, you get rid of a religion, and the humans that got rid of that religion will replace it with another one, and it's just over and over and over. It's just
I don't understand that. Look, I don't understand that. I don't.
It's an instinct in them.
It's not. I don't have that instinct, so it's
you're not. But you're not.
So I'm not a human.
You're not involved in what's happening because you're an individual. This is all mass psychology.
Right, but I'm just saying, I understand that. But I'm just saying that everybody doesn't do that because there are a lot of people that don't buy into that crap.
Individuality is a Western virtue.
I don't buy into that crap.
Individuality.
I have never been interested in religion at all, and I'm not interested in that mindset at all.
Individuality.
And I don't understand
individuality
people that have that mindset. I just don't.
You're an individual.
Yes, obviously.
Individuality is almost kind of like a Western concept. Most people have a group. The Chinese are all Chinese.
I have a group mentality in the sense that, I want everyone to do okay. I want everyone to do better. I don't want to shit on anybody.
But there are people in your group that don't like you. So then there's conflict.
Sure.
Okay, and that's just the way,
Duh, I know that. Duh.
There are people that aren't going to like you for what you believe, what you look like, fucking your race, what you believe in.
I know that.
That you don't believe in the same religion that they believe in. You can't do anything about it.
I know that.
You can only do is protect yourself.
I can't.
Right.
I know I can't do anything about that. Look, my atheist ass grew up in like a very religious environment. So I'm very aware that people do not like me for being an atheist and a liberal or whatever. I understand that people don't like me because of that. Yeah. Am I gonna get killed because of that? We'll see. Maybe.
Nah.
I might. But I'm sure that if I get rounded up and put in a camp somewhere, I'm sure that everyone will be fine with it. But, you know, it's just kind of like, I don't...
Well, who would round you up and put you in a camp?
I wouldn't do that to someone else.
But they would do that to you.
But they would do it to me.
Right.
They would do it to me.
Yeah, if you were...
They would do it to me.
But you realize if you were in a place like in Afghanistan...
Well, yeah, duh,
they
I know
would
that.
fucking kill you. Yeah.
And they're going to do it here, too.
Right, yeah. Well, no.
They're going to do it here, too.
Nah.
So, we're going that way.
No, we're kind of...
We're going that way.
Nah. They won't have the,
we're going that way.
There's still laws. And there's still a constitution.
No one seems to be worrying about them right now, though.
Yeah, the Supreme Court's still making rulings.
Okay, we'll see how that goes. I'm just gonna like my bitch ass is in trouble, so it's just kind of like I'm not.
Just keep your head low.
I'm not gonna do that.
Then you could get killed, because look in the
great
in the Soviet. Union,
that's not a society I want to live in. Sorry.
Well, then you'll get killed and you won't live in it.
Okay, cool.
That's how it goes.
Well, that works out too, and I'm sure you'll be fine with it.
No, I wouldn't like that.
Well, you voted for it.
In the Soviet Union. Well, no.
You voted for it.
But if you vote the other way, they'd come after me.
No, they wouldn't go after you. It's not the same.
They're both murderers.
It's not the same the other way around,
They're both murderers.
It's not the same.
There are no good guys.
It's not the same the other way around. It's really
I don't have that
really
feel. I don't have that
Stu gave us a
super
chat. Tom, don't flip the fuck out.
What's that?
Jenny, let Tom debate. Well, I mean...
she's a woman. She's not going to let me talk. She's going to get emotional and
That's really
shout me
ironic
down.
Because...
she's going to shout me down.
You talk all the time.
No, I don't. I spend all
so
the time...
much that I can't get a word in edgewise.
No, nothing's happening really here.
Oh, we'll see.
Nothing's happening really.
We'll see, baby.
If anything were to become a physical fight, it wouldn't be much of a physical fight.
We'll see.
Because whoever has the most armed men always wins. Because everything...
I will see what happens, and I will observe...
Everything is forced.
I will observe what happens to me.
Nothing's going to happen to you. Nothing bad.
I'll see what happens.
Nah.
And I'll see how you feel about it.
Nothing's going to happen to you. What, you think Trump's going to come kill you?
Well, maybe his goons might.
No. They don't have the power.
Oh, we'll see.
Nah.
We'll see.
Nah.
You wouldn't
You're
fight
just
for
mad.
me.
You're just mad.
You wouldn't fight for me. I know you wouldn't.
Nah. See, look at that shit.
Because you love that shit.
Because I love that shit. Nah. I don't believe in that fucking hyperbole shit. Well, the state is fucking weak. It's very difficult for them to do anything. I know because I worked for them. And for instance, like the U.S. Army, it couldn't even fucking really control Afghanistan, which is a tiny little place. You're dealing with dudes with fucking 80 IQ and flip-flops and a religion. Maybe occasional AK. And they just out-endure you. The state can't really get anything done. They couldn't control Iraq. They couldn't even control Baghdad. And those were mostly disarmed societies. When you're talking about the United States, man, it's looking big, man. It's got so many fucking weapons. And so many fucking combat veterans in there. You can't do anything with military force here. Nothing will happen. Because you can't get any traction.
It better not.
You can't get any traction because those days are over of centralization.
It better not.
If anything were to happen here, most likely what would happen is you'd have one union with 50 states in it break up into 2 or 3 unions. That could happen. But for the average person on the ground, that really wouldn't make much difference. You would just have different national elections. You'd have fucking one region voting for its president and another region voting for its. And that there's a lot of historical precedent for that.
I'm not optimistic.
Rome broke into two different pieces of the Western Empire and the Eastern Empire. It would be like that. It's this whole idea that there's going to be this big violent fucking fighting.
I mean, there might not be, but it's just kind of like.
You might have some.
I hope not.
You're going to have a few riots, but we've already had those. These riots, and the riots are kind of fake because you have to put money into the riot in order for it to happen, and it's some political group that's trying to do it. And then that didn't make a difference. You just look like a fool if you go out and riot. You just end up in the end being a bad guy. And you're just like, that was stupid. That didn't achieve anything. So it's just no. And what's happening in England, I've been watching there. That shit is not going to be violent. What'll happen is you're going to have national strikes, tax revolts, and then they'll put it in a government that will deport a bunch of people. That's what will happen. There's not going to be concentration camps or fucking like a fucking what they call like a South American or a Central American dirty war. Nah. The Western English-speaking world doesn't really have that kind of fight in them. Mexico has that shit in it because there's a lot of people that were formerly Aztec in there. And if you look at how cartels handle warfare, it's very much like the way the Aztecs did it. It's very macho. It has to do with fucking displays of torture, cutting people's faces off and shit like that. That's not new. That's really just a Mesoamerican thing. You know what I mean? Fucking, they've been doing that. That goes back to Cortez and shit. But English speakers, you go back and you look at the English Civil Wars and shit that they were doing and the fucking troubles they had. It always ends up being basically people not obeying, doing some kind of strikes, a lot of shit talking.
I'm not gonna.
And
obey.
then there's and in the United States Civil War wasn't even really a civil war. You didn't really have civilians fighting each other. You had states seceding, so it was states versus states. Not even a true civil war. If you go back in history, they didn't refer to it as a civil war. They referred to it as a war between states. They had uniforms and armies and politicians and their own fucking unions between certain states, fighting other unions in certain states. And that won't happen either. A lot of that had to do with the fact that the internet has changed everything. You don't need capitals anymore. Governments are mostly something that's online. You go to a capital, fucking like a state capital, it's just empty buildings. And then people fucking on laptops at home. It's just, everything is just totally different. The War of the Future, there's this fucking, I lived my whole fucking life training for fucking fighting. And people think that wars are always the same. No, they're always different. Each war is totally different from another. This is going to be something that's going to be worked out online. Shit posting, psychological operations, revolts.
Okay, so
tax revolts, fucking secessions. That's what we'll see. They're not very violent.
Okay, so Stu was telling me, Jenny, stop bitching. God damn, y'all are pissing me off. Oh,
who's this?
Goodness, sorry.
Who's this?
Stu.
Stu, what's he?
Shut the fuck up, respectfully. Oh my god. Okay. Nobody tells me to shut the fuck up. Sorry. He gave us another super chat. Read all my comments, please. Yeah, I read those. Don't tell me to shut the fuck up. Don't tell me what to do. I don't like it. So it's like, god damn. What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
So I'm not allowed to talk now, evidently. Great. All right, so I'll just let Tom talk. Because evidently he's the only one that's cool and, can say anything. I'm not allowed to have an opinion, and I'm not allowed to talk. Only Tom is allowed to talk.
No, that's
so, okay.
She's getting drunk, she said.
You talk.
No, I'm not.
No one wants to hear anything I have to say, evidently. So you talk.
Okay. I'm just not an alarmist. I pretty much see that fucking the Western world's fucking changing rapidly. And a lot of it has nothing to do with fucking politics. It has to do with technology. It's the internet that's driving most of this more than anything else. It's because with the internet people can fucking communicate directly. And the internet is also fucking doing things that interdict what governments could do. Used to be that fucking you had to meet up in Washington D.C. You had to ride months from fucking California to get to Washington D.C. and then you'd fucking argue it out on the fucking Senate floor or whatever, and you try to do some laws and shit. That's a very 1700s, man, 1800s. But the internet has changed all that. You could do a lot of the government's business just through telecommunications now. And everybody can see everybody else. So it's kind of like sped up the process a lot. And they're having a problem. It used to be that big corporations and other political groups could fucking buy off senators and people in the House. And they could use fucking... And you could get... And these corporations could fucking leverage a bunch of power through bribing people. Back in the day, you could get away with it a lot easier. But now you can find out who's doing it. Like, look at what happens with some of these senators. Their stock portfolios are fucking through the fucking roof. Like, some of them, they never make any mistakes. They'll just fucking put a shit ton of money on some stocks and keep making fucking profit. Well, they're doing insider trading. Before the internet, we would never know about that. And then the whole thing about the NGOs, non-governmental organizations, which are political fucking mercenary groups. What they're doing now, you know, it's hard to fucking hide it. And if you fucking pay attention, you can see what it is that they're doing. It's not a government. It's a grift. They're grifting. And it's Republicans and Democrats. There are no real good guys in there. You're going to be a populist fucking uprising. That's what's going to happen. And there's going to be a bunch of divisions that are going to happen. And it's just the way history works. I don't like to judge things about good or bad or right and wrong because I don't know. It just depends on how things turn out. Where you at, Jim? Where you at? Oh, did you get a drink?
You done talking?
Yeah, I'm done talking.
All right, cool.
All right, you want to go ahead and shut it down?
No, let me see what everyone's saying. Maybe I can talk now. Yeah, John Gore says, quiet, silly woman. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I'm feeling at the point. Papa says, I love hearing you talk, Jenny. Well, obviously, that's not the case. So, maybe I should just stop talking. Just talking. Well, I mean, that was kind of a shitty thing to say, Stu. I mean, you know, just saying. Papa says, yeah, you pissed her off. Yeah, you did. You did. You know, that's cool. I forgive you. I know you and stuff like that. But, oh my God, don't type that shit out loud. Seriously.
You're dealing with the internet.
Yes, I know, baby. Thank you for informing me. Oh my God, I didn't know.
You're dealing with the internet.
Yeah. People blow. I know that. I've known that my whole fucking life. People suck. But yeah. Not great. I was in a good mood before earlier, but you know. We're sexier when they're angry. I mean, I don't know if I'd say I'm angry, because I'm used to this bullshit. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. People, like, just disappoint me. It's disappointing. I don't get upset about it. I see stupid shit that people post every day. And I'm just like, wow, that's really disappointing. That's disappointing that you were that way. That's all. I mostly just feel sorry for them. I don't feel pity for them because that would imply that I had empathy, and I don't. I have empathy for people that deserve it. But people that are shitty on purpose and post shitty shit like that, no, I don't feel bad. But I just feel bad for you because it's like you probably have a shittier life than I have. So, you know. Oh my goodness. Whew. Kevin says, Jenny, you do great. Been watching since episode, whatever that is, I can't see. Original Night Saga, yeah, that was a long time ago. Air Force, huge fan of you, man. Ellie, you guys really compliment each other. Well, yeah, I mean, we don't fight a lot, honestly, but we are very different people, clearly. So every now and then shit's gonna come out. Oh, Papa gave us a super chat. Just some love for you, Jenny. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because I kind of thought, I don't know. Oh, Victor just showed up. Hey, I made it. What'd I miss? Oh, a lot of stuff. We got another super chat from Papa.
Yeah. What's up?
Sending some love for me. Thank you. Stu says, you respectfully love me still. No, just don't like the debating. So yeah, I don't like it either, but shit comes up every now and then. I don't really like it.
Makes for a good show though, man.
It doesn't. I'm not interested.
You make a lot of money when you do that. I've looked at other shows that do it. And
I'm not interested in that. I don't like watching other shows like that.
See, Jenny thinks that I'm constantly going against her. I don't go against her. I'm just seeing what's real. And what's real is that it's the end of one paradigm and the beginning of another one.
Okay, cool.
And it has a lot to do with social...
Can we talk about something fun?
It just has a lot to do with social media.
It's Friday night.
I am having fun. It has a lot.
I'm not.
It has a lot to do with social media.
I'm not.
And the end of the post-World War II consensus and the death of the American Empire.
Yes,
and I'm patriotic.
Everybody knows that, baby.
I'm patriotic. America was never built to be an empire. And I'm glad that the American Empire is dying because it was just a scam. It was about sending dudes like me out to kill basically innocent people in the Middle East. So some other motherfucker who's not even American so he can make money. We were being used as a mercenaries for a bunch of global fucking oligarchs, really.
Yeah, cool.
Robber barons.
Everybody knows that, baby.
Robber barons, yeah.
So it's like, can we talk about something fun now?
That is fun.
No, it's not fun.
That's very fun.
It's not fun. It's Friday night. I've been working all week.
Well, it's almost the end of the show.
I'm very stressed out.
It's almost the
and
end
it's
of the
like,
show.
I don't really want to fucking get in some big conflict. This is not fun for me.
I'm a man. I don't get in conflicts.
It's not fun for me.
It doesn't make me mad.
It's not fun for me.
It doesn't make me mad. I don't get into conflicts. To me, it's
yeah,
just...
cool. Well, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me.
In 45 minutes, my shit's going to turn back on.
I know that you can't fathom anyone other than yourself.
Oh, listen to this.
Having some shit going on, but it's like...
Shit. Listen to this shit.
Because, like, look how you interrupted me with your thing.
That's my thing here.
Yeah, look how you interrupted me with that.
This is how y'all fucking bring this shit on to me, man. Y'all brought this on. I got my kitty.
Well, nobody cares.
I got my kitty.
Nobody cares.
I got my kitty.
Nobody cares. I was talking and you said, "Oh, my shit's coming back on." Like right in the middle of what I was saying.
No.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Right now.
Yeah, you did.
Don't be difficult.
I'm not being difficult. You did that.
No, I didn't. I'm just saying my shit's coming back on.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, go ahead. Talk to your people then.
What's the point?
You're drunk.
What's the point?
I gave you too much alcohol. You're getting too drunk.
Yeah, well, it's drunk. Friday night. Yeah. I had a really stressful week.
It's going to be all right. Tomorrow we're going to the fucking club.
Well, yeah. I hope so. Yeah. I hope so. Man, I had a shit week. Yeah. I didn't get much sleep. I didn't get laid. It was just kind of like
a whole... man. Fucking, I didn't get laid either.
Yeah, no shit you didn't.
See, she's mad. She's not getting
I'm mad.
She's mad. Yeah.
Well, you didn't seem interested, so...
Yeah, I fell asleep.
Yeah, you did.
You fell asleep. See, that's what it all goes back to.
It's not all that. That's just like added on.
It just added on.
That's added on. To all the other shit that I had to deal with.
It's all the other shit
that I had to deal with. That was on top of it.
Pookie, your mama's not getting laid.
That was on top of it.
Okay, all right.
Kevin says, guys, no fighting. I'm only 29. Well, seriously, though, 29 is old enough. You can deal with it. You're an adult. It's fine. It's an adult. We've been together a long time. This is like nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, we fight.
Compared to...
We only fight every now and then. Every couple months we'll fight over some shit. But usually when we're drunk.
Yeah, it's pretty much what we're done at. I still love you.
Yeah. I hit her in the head with my dick and shit. Pow! You shut the fuck up. I can get that bitch in line.
Oh my god, don't say that. Don't say that kind of crap. Don't say that crap.
Okay.
That's lame.
This will be alright.
Getting me in line. No one gets me in line. That's not how that works.
Sonya used to say you had me pussy whipped.
I don't have you pussy whipped.
She got you pussy whipped.
All right,
that girl
so
I showed you.
okay,
she
so
got you pussy whipped.
Let's unpack that for a second.
Stop it.
Let's unpack
Stop
that.
it. No.
Well, no, I'm interested.
All right.
Do you feel that you are pussy whipped?
No.
I mean, that's a fucking horrible gendered.
No, she was saying that.
Horrible term.
She was saying that.
But it's like, do you feel that?
No.
I don't think you do.
No. She was saying that because she was jealous.
Yeah, I mean, she had an agenda.
She was trying to get me to fucking go out with her.
Well, yeah. But the weird thing about Sonya, the weird thing about Sonya, is that she met him before I knew her, before I knew him.
Yeah.
And so they were going out. He didn't fuck her or nothing like that, but they hung out.
We hung out a lot, yeah.
A lot.
She's one of the first person I met when I moved here.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like she was kind of into you, but not to the point where she wanted you to like step up and like do some shit.
She wanted me to do some backflips
and
jump through some
like
hoops
Tom wouldn't do that, and like that made her mad.
Yeah.
So it's like, so anybody that he was going out with, she would immediately.
Well, she'd become a friend of me.
Get all
chick I was,
yeah.
And
and that's kind of how I still think of her.
Yeah, and then she was like,
honest.
"Don't go." You know, she was like, "You better watch out for that one." She was like that, you know, with different.
Yeah,
ones,
so she could like warn me.
Yeah, you better
like warning him about me.
You better watch out for that
and
kind
various
of
other things.
She just got divorced, all kind of shit, you know. But it's like,
yeah, so it was all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was transparent, like where she was coming from, but I don't know, man. It was just kind of like.
Well, see, there was no way I was gonna start jumping through some hoops for her, because I knew she'd just fuck some random dudes that she didn't think was worth anything. You know what I mean? Just like, yeah, I fuck that dude, and then she'd dump him. You know what I mean? So I'm like, fucking, oh, okay, so you'll just fuck these random motherfuckers, right? But you want me to prove my love, or make the fuck out of here? It didn't even. That's like my default setting. I see that instantly.
I mean, it is,
and it's not even something I have to think about. I was like, oh, okay, I know what it is. She's a model 302, whatever, you know, 304 or whatever. I know what it is, you know.
Well,
I know what it is that she's doing.
Like I said, I get it also.
Nah.
Like there's a certain kind of chick that does that.
Yeah, there's a certain kind of chick that will throw the shit around and fuck random dudes, but then when she finds a guy she likes, she's gonna raise her bar way up high. To see if you, but the thing is, I know that tactic, and I'm like, no, I don't play that bitch.
And I think she kind of got mad, but like she was mad, but like she still wanted it.
Yeah.
But she didn't want to look like she wanted it.
No, if you like,
so it was a whole thing.
If you like me, you should raise that bar. You should lower that bar and make it easier and smoother transition into you. That's if I have to prove something, then no, fuck that. I'm not a simp. You know
Which I don't like. I didn't really.
If we're equals, if we're friends, if you like me, then you're going to help you. Then it's going to be some simpatico shit. It's going to be easy and smooth, natural transition.
But like I said, that's
just
what
normal.
I didn't really think about it that hard.
And it was a smooth and natural transition over a period of a couple years.
Because I liked you.
Yeah, we were
like
friends.
I dated other dudes and like other shit happened and like stuff like that. But it's like I kept going back. I kept hanging out at your house and stuff like that. So I didn't mean it. I wasn't trying to do anything. Like it wasn't manipulative. It was just kind of like shit just happened. You
over
know what I mean?
time. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of how it all happened. But I think that's kind of what I don't know. I think like dudes have this weird thing that like all women are like that. Like they're super manipulative and stuff. That's a I don't know what the percentage is. I'd be talking out my ass, but I feel like that's a fairly small percentage. Like, look, I'm pretty normal as women go. Maybe not. Am I normal? I don't know. But I don't really do that. I just do normal shit.
Victor says we're just gonna be slaves to the oligarchs. We've always been slaves to the oligarchs, going back for hundreds of years.
I mean, that's
always
been going on a while. But I mean, it's getting worse now. But like,
no, I think it's gonna get better.
I
think it's getting better. No, it's getting better. It's just that the people didn't know back then. Now they know. I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh dear.
Growing up in Brazil in an international high school, going to school with the people that like fucking whose dads were the presidents of Brazil and shit like that, and I saw how their kids were and how they acted. The descendants of the fucking robber barons, the American robber barons, the fucking steel barons, the fucking Morgans, the JP Morgans, and all, their descendants, they see you as a product of the baby boom and the Industrial Revolution. Their ancestors created that. So they kind of see you as their employees and a possession of them. They're like, well, if we didn't have an Industrial Revolution, all these big companies that our parents owns, these people, there never would have been a baby boom, so this population wouldn't be here. So in a way, they belong to us. We made them, and now that we're done with them, because we can't really make money off them, we're going to reduce them and reduce their numbers. And we will inherit the earth. It'll just be us and our employees and our fucking big mansions, and we'll get rid of these workers because they don't need these workers anymore, because they don't have
here's the
big
problem,
industries
though. There's a lot more of them than there are of you.
No, they're not.
And eventually that's gonna bite you in the ass.
Well, for them, yeah, for them,
yes.
Not for me. There's not.
Well, not for you. I didn't say that.
You
but
said
for them.
Yeah, for them. Yeah, that's what's happening now.
Yes,
you're gonna have uprisings of people that are being eliminated.
You
from
fuck
the
over people on the bottom.
You're gonna get fucked up.
There's a lot more of them than there are.
Everything they're doing and saying is about reducing the population, and it's because they're done with you. They can't make any more money off of you.
Man, if we see some heads on pikes,
it'll all change.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Fine with me. All right. So, where am I? Let's not. Kevin says it's best when it's natural attraction. If you gotta kiss someone's ass to hang out, it's probably best to leave it be. If someone likes you, they'll find a way to be with you. My mom said that. Yeah, it's like, honestly, that's kind of how me and him got together. Like I said, it was just kind of like, I liked him, he liked me, but it's like we were, I had just got divorced. He didn't really want to commit, blah-de-blah. So it was like all this kind of shit.
And I wasn't far from out of a divorce either.
Yeah. So it's like he was dating other people, I was dating other people, but
we were younger then too. We were in the scene.
We still kept hanging out all the time.
Cool.
You know what I mean? He kept coming to my house. I kept coming to his house. It's like we were doing all this other kind of stuff.
Me and her were like best friends aside from all the romantic shit and club shit. We were like people. We were like friends. That's the difference. Our attraction wasn't based upon sexual attraction. It was the fact that we were like best friends.
Which you need sexual attraction also.
Yeah, you need some of that. But that can't be the main thing.
But that doesn't sustain you over a long time.
Well, fucking the same thing's happening to the other people at the club right now. Fucking the other dude that Jenny says, that's the other only hot motherfucker in here. Fucking just he finally hooked up with that other chick fucking there.
At last.
Well, she told me, she says, you were right about him. And I said, I told you. I said, yeah.
Well, we knew they hung out all the time. And I was like, you guys. Tom told us, like, you guys, you need to, like, get together. Oh, no, we're just friends. It's like, yeah, okay. We've been that same route. We know. And then, like, last week, Chris was like, yeah, I'm moving her in.
Yeah.
She was moving into this place. So it's like, yeah, we told you.
Yeah, see, John Goris is fucking talking about Huxley and the fucking...
We told you.
Yeah, like out of Brave New World. They're kind of like that. That's how they see it. But the thing is that they're wrong. They're kind of stupid. They're still old. Those are old people. They're boomers and older than that. They don't understand what information society, in other words, what the internet and social media has done to them and their control mechanisms. You cannot control the people like you used to. That's why it's ridiculous that, oh, well, fucking a new Hitler's coming. There's going to be all this. You could never do that today. Not in a time with fucking cell phones.
We'll see. But like I said.
Never. No. They wouldn't even try it.
One, it's like, no one's taking me alive, for one thing. And it's just kind of like, I'm going to fucking fight you at every fucking...
You can't...
Whatever the fuck you try to do. I'm not for it.
The Western world...
Not for it.
The Western English-speaking and civilization, the worst thing they can come up with is Mustache Man and what happened back in the early 1900s. Because that was like some bad shit. But the thing is that was a product of the technology of the time. You can't do that today. They actually have it much better ways of killing off millions of people. You could do it through unemployment. You could do it through by bio-weaponry.
Or by perhaps cutting Medicare.
But that doesn't, well, that'd be the thing, or actually adding Medicare. But the Medicare actually gives you treatments that kill you. They can weaponize anything. Because if you actually look at what the medical industry does, because I know a lot more about it, that basically what they do...
I'm sure you know a lot more about it than I do.
Basically what they're making money on is treating diabetes. That's what, and giving motherfuckers prostate exams. That's where most of the fucking money's coming from, and neither one of those helps you.
Okay.
It's all a scam. It's all a scam. And then they're fucking pumping shit out in the food that's bad.
Okay.
All of our sugar's coming out of corn syrup. That's the worst thing to give a human. You're going to get fat as a motherfucker. But that's what they want. Because if you're fat as a motherfucker, you'll get diabetes, and then they'll make a bunch of money off you. Because the food industry and the medical industry's joined. It's owned by the same fucking people. So, yeah, the whole thing is fucking rigged. And it's been rigged. But, mass media, the internet is starting to fucking show people, like, look, man, these motherfuckers are much smarter. Or they're showing
people a lot of stupid shit.
They're much smarter than you think they are much smarter than you think they are.
I don't know if I believe that.
They own and control all these industries. They got psychologists working with them, lawyers. This whole thing is one big rigged apparatus to make money for them. It has nothing to do with us. We're a commodity.
Yeah, no shit. But yeah, let me see. John Gora says, men want to be in love, but at the same time, they don't. That's pretty astute, actually. At least in my estimation. I have noticed that. Dudes are, they're easy to figure out, but at the same time, they're infuriating.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can kind of see what they're aiming for.
Yeah.
You can kind of see what they're going at.
Yeah.
But they try to, like, do all this nefarious shit, like, to try to get you on board with whatever the fuck they're doing. But it's, like, pretty clear what they're doing from the start, because they're not really smart about it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I kind of feel like the weird thing about dudes is that they want a relationship, but they don't. They want a relationship without all of the responsibilities that entails, if that makes any sense. They want somebody that's going to be there for them to do what they want, that will clean up after them, that will give them a blowjob or whatever. But it's like they don't really want all of the others. They don't want to have to take care of that person. They don't really want to... They don't want all this stuff. They don't want to have to do anything for the other person. They want everything done for them. You know what I mean? So they want somebody... They want a sex bot, pretty much. I kind of feel like most of them would just want a sex bot.
Well, you're talking about average guys, right?
Yeah. Guys just want a sex bot. They want somebody that will do something for them, but they don't have to do anything for the other person.
Yeah. Now, let me get some caveats here. What Jen's talking about, she's talking about the average guys, basically average guys in their 20s that are not sophisticated yet, and they're trying to get married and have some kind of girlfriend. A lot of those dudes don't know what they want.
No.
They want us real basic. And the girls from that age also, they know a little bit more of what they want, but they don't really know how to get it. Now, John's talking about, he says fentanyl. That's a way of giving people a way to opt out, too. Exactly. And it's because, if you go back to the Great Reset, what they talk about with the Great Reset, they said The end result of the Great Reset was to fucking adopt a Chinese model. But somehow they had a breakup, our oligarchs and their oligarchs. And what they were going to do with the fentanyl thing was a way of, like, in the movie, remember Soylent Green? Where if you said, fuck it, life's too hard, you just went to that damn euthanasia center and you got high and they fucking killed you while you were looking at movies and shit of fucking nature. It's kind of what it was. They were the Chinese making all that fentanyl with government backing. It's probably like vengeance for the century of humiliation when England was selling them opium and making them buy opium. I think it's like that. And they were like, let's kill as many people as can, and then who survives, we'll deal with them, and we'll make them our employees in a new corporate world. Which that's what is talking about. That's what they're talking about. Ridley Scott, he's talking about in all the Alien and Blade Runner series, and that new Blade Runner, that new Alien Earth series is pretty good. It says, yeah, there used to be governments, but now the corporations stepped up to become the new governments. The Weyland-Yutani and the other ones. That's exactly what they were doing. Exactly that. This isn't something fucking Ridley Scott just made up. He was reading what they're saying in their fucking little booklets and shit that they were telling each other from the World Economic Forum and all that. That's exactly what they're talking about. Corporate world government. Because they see themselves as superior to an elected government and more efficient. That goes all the way back to the early 1900s, man. It wasn't just the communists, the Nazis, and the fucking liberal Democrats. There were also another group called the fucking technocrats. Technocrats. You can look that up on YouTube. Nowadays, we'd call them the globalists. They were trying to make a world government through the UN, that type of deal. What about you? But it's almost time to shut this down.
Well, yeah, it's almost 11.
Yeah. Yeah, but fentanyl was euthanasia. Unofficial euthanasia. You get on that shit, man. You send people fucking... That's the weirdest thing, man. Living zombies.
I don't really I like drinking, but...
How could you look at somebody on fentanyl and go, I want to do that?
I never really felt the need to... I've done drugs in my life.
The good ones.
I've done good ones.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's not really something that... And I have a lot of, look, I have really bad anxiety. I have bad depression. So it's drugs would be good, probably. But it's I don't really... I don't know. I don't feel the need. Drinking is good. That kind of, dulls the edge. But... I don't really know that I'd want to get into
fentanyl.
Nah.
I just
really
look at those
it.
motherfuckers standing there on a road all bent up like that, going oh yeah, that's a drug I'd like to do.
Yeah, I don't really.
I'm nah, no thanks, man.
I said,
that looks like euthanasia. So they're killing themselves. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not to that point, thankfully.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of I don't know. Drinking will be, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll just drink. It'll be fine. So, I don't know. I'm not shitting on people that want to do that stuff. It's just kind of I don't know.
I'm not going to shit on them, but I'm going to tell them they're wrong. Although, who am I to say that they're wrong? Maybe they are maybe they're so fucked up.
Like I said, I'm not them.
Yeah.
So, it's just what do I know?
Maybe that's a better
I don't tell other people how to live. I don't live their life.
Yeah.
So, I would never...
Yeah,
I would never think that I was so far above somebody that I could tell somebody else.
Yeah, it could be that their lives are so fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I would assume, and
yeah.
honestly, that's what I usually assume. If people are on that stuff, it's man, their life must be so fucked up
that's
that they're just that's a better option. So I honestly just feel bad.
Yeah.
For them, it's because I don't know. I don't judge. I wouldn't judge.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like to drink, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Full Nosferatu says it's whiskey time. We've about whiskey time, man. It's been vodka time for fucking 4 hours, man. We've been drinking for 4 hours.
Vodka time. Stu says talk to you later. You guys have a fucking wonderful weekend. Okay. Yep. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying.
She drunk, man.
You said some fucked up shit.
He didn't really say
I'm not
anything.
mad about it.
You misread what he said.
No, I didn't, baby.
I think you kind of did.
No, I didn't.
He wasn't cussing you out.
I can read.
Okay.
I can read.
See, look at that.
Look at this.
Because you read
Look
that
at
shit
this
back, and
gaslighting.
I remember looking at it and goes, that's not exactly what he said.
No, that's what he said.
Okay.
I see it.
Whatever.
I can read.
All right.
Like I said, I can read.
Whatever.
I'm not mad at you, though. But it's just kind of like, okay. But seriously, if you want to come out to the club with us, you still can. If you're not working on Saturday
Man, you'll get in
night.
a fight with that dude.
No, I won't.
Okay.
No, I won't. Unless, if he says some stupid fucked up shit, yeah, I will. I'll punch you. But like I said. Alright, so we're going to wrap it up for this evening. It's almost 11.
Yeah,
been
and
fun,
in
kinda.
20 minutes, my other tablet becomes available, and I'll be able to restart it and fucking 22
Well, that's
minutes.
that's all you care about.
22 minutes. No, I've been fucking. I want to make sure that shit works.
Yeah.
Paid $160 for that. It's working though, I think.
I mean, I hope it works.
Yeah.
After all that money, but yeah,
I want to look at my bank account.
Hopefully, you got
See, I've
paid.
been able to look
Well,
at my
you
bank
gotta
account.
wait till after midnight.
Yeah,
So
I
you
should be
got
getting paid
paid.
tonight. It should be.
Hopefully,
We'll see. But
We'll
that's
see.
only in less than an hour.
yeah, we'll
50
see.
minutes maybe.
We'll see what happens. All right,
What you worried
so
about my money for?
I'm not worried about your
Okay,
money.
all right.
You're worried about my money,
I'm not worried. Yeah, I'm worried about your money.
but I'm somehow not allowed to be worried about your. I'm not worried about your money. I don't care about your money.
Oh man.
You get all up in my case about my
Oh,
money,
man.
but it's just I'm the one. Hey, I'm the only one working in this house.
I
Gotta
work.
say.
I work on a lawn and build shit.
Yeah,
and fucking,
well, I work
make my shit.
at an
I make my
actual
money.
job.
Okay.
I work in an actual job,
Yeah.
so it's just kind of like
I worked my actual job. I retired from my actual job.
Yeah,
I might have to
a
get
long
another
time
job. I
ago.
might have to go up there and work with Stu at the fucking
You
dollar
might have
store.
to. You might have to
Yeah.
at this stage
Yeah.
because everything's getting more expensive.
Yeah, that
And
shit's going up. It's getting more and more expensive.
I've already got like 2 or 3 jobs at this point, and it's
Yeah.
just kind of like I can't handle any more jobs.
Alright.
So maybe I could do one more, but I'm not going to be able to sleep. So we'll see. But yeah, so we will be back on Monday doing a movie review. We might do Dangerous Animals because Brian Hackett sent us that movie. If we can cast it.
Yeah,
Because
I
remember,
I
yeah,
can probably cast it.
if we can cast it, we can because like it's kind of a new movie.
I can probably cast it.
We'll see how that goes. If we can't cast it, we might like
I didn't
Watch
try
that
to cast the other one. We just
we found out
just
on
saw
TV.
that it was on
We
there,
found
so
out
I
on
didn't
TV,
have
so
to.
we watched
Right.
it
But I
sometime.
think I can cast it.
But we'll see. I'll send it to you tomorrow.
Alright.
And we'll see how that goes. So it might be Dangerous Animals, which is the same director that did The Loved Ones, which we did the review of a couple weeks ago. So we might do that. But we'll see. All right. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for all your super chats. Holy crap, you guys were really generous this evening, which I appreciate,
Yeah,
especially
thanks,
these
Peas
days.
Nest, bro. Thanks, Pop.
And Papa, who gave us a bunch of money this evening. So we will see you guys again on Monday night. Please have a good weekend, and we will see you guys on Monday night.